in the first ever SEC game for Texas. Matt, Jay, and I will have more in a moment. Final score, Florida 45, State 28. This is Mississippi State football from Learfield.
The Toyota Tundra's powerful, available iForce V6 engine means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. To your cousins, the Tundra means as they jump off the boat onto the sandbar. To your co-pilots, the Tundra means an extra comfortable journey. And to you, the Tundra means whoa. Toyota is a proud sponsor of Mississippi State Athletics. You got cowbells, we got horsepower. The 2025 Tundra is built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Listen up. Next quarter, we need points on the board and better defense. Johnson, you with me?
Yes, Coach.
What's the difference between your business and your football team?
So next quarter, we need sales on the board and stronger network.
We're in Big Ten. It's really time to go.
Huge showdown here in Ann Arbor against a great team.
Two of the most iconic brands.
That's why you come to school here, playing in big games and matchup games of this magnitude.
This is a big, defining game for us.
It's a really good team, and we're a really good team too, so I'm excited for this game.
Big test. It's up to us to go out there, execute.
Every clean, disciplined football.
Staying together, staying unified, being all on the same page, working towards the same goal.
Just playing Michigan football. Knowing our technique, knowing our assignment, just doing our job.
All together, play for the man next to you.
So as long as we stay in our own stuff and keep doing what we do, bro, we're going to be good.
Michigan football is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Tackle game day with the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? And by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Once again with national champion John Jensen, here's Doug Karsh.
And what a beautiful scene we have here today in Ann Arbor. The fans, you have done very well with the stripe out, John. As we look down below, over 100,000 fans gathered for this one, a classic matchup between two of college football's blue bloods. It's Michigan and Southern Cal today here at the Big House. Look at this scene.
It's about time to welcome them to the Big Ten. And when you get the stripe out first ever in the Big House, as you mentioned, this is as good of an environment as you're going to find in college football. Obviously, it gets our juices flowing, and there's not a more perfect day for this team to have a breakout game against the USC Trojans would be perfect.
Well, the Trojans come in ranked in the top 11th in the country, 2-0 on the season. Lincoln Riley in his fourth year at SC, 23-8. He had 5 more years at Oklahoma, 76-18 overall. And they're led by an outstanding quarterback in Miller Moss, 48 of 66 on the year, 607 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and no picks.
Well, and you want to think about the weapons that he has. I mean, Miller Moss by himself is a guy that could spread the ball around, but you got burners like a Zachariah Branch or a Makai Lemon, 5'10", 5'11 guys that are, built to get downfield, and then you've got some big guys like Deuce Robinson or Jacoby Lane, 6'6" and 6'4", respectively. He's got a ton of weapons. We didn't even talk about the ones coming out of the backfield.
And they do have threats out of the backfield. Quentin Joyner and Woody Marks, who in a previous season when he was at Mississippi State before he transferred, he had 83 catches as a running back.
Last week, he caught a ball in that game, and it was the 47th consecutive game that he has been a receiver out of the backfield.
Wolverines, of course, led by Sharon Moore. 4-0 last year as a substitute teacher, 2-1 this year in year one. His team has gathered in the Lloyd Carr Tunnel, and here come the Wolverines. And speaking of Coach Carr, John Jansen, he is one of the honorary captains today. Will be out there for the coin toss, along with another Hall of Fame coach, Carol Hutchins from the Michigan softball program, and actually saw and talked to Coach Hutch last night, and she said, when she spoke to the team, she emphasized, the game doesn't know who's favored. The game doesn't know where they're ranked. The game doesn't know where you're ranked. Just go have fun and play the game.
2 all-time legends, and 2 of them, I think I could speak for both of us, 2 of our favorite all-time people, yet coaches here at Michigan, and absolute legends.
Absolutely, and I know that they are close as well, Hutch and Lloyd Carr, so they'll be out there for the coin toss. Now the Trojans have come in their classic red helmets with Tommy Trojan on the side, and of course the yellow pants as they get set to take the field as well. As you can hear the cascade of boos coming down. Michigan, Alex Orji, Jerome Morissette, Davis, Warren had won the job in large part because he protected the football. Coach Campbell, Kirk Campbell, the offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, said during the week, Davis actually didn't turn it over the entirety of fall camp, but Main Street is different than State Street, and now Alex Orji gets a crack.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to all the things that they talked about leading into the season. You understand why they went with Davis Warren. Now you also understand, after 6 turnovers in 3 games, why they're going with Alex Orji. And I think against the Trojans, it's probably even more important because you want to put this defense that is very fast, very talented, you want to put them on their heels. Now we're going to find out how tough this defense is. New defensive coordinator. Everybody's talking about that game against LSU. Oh, look at what they're doing. It's different playing against the SEC teams and LSU specifically at this time than it is playing in the Big Ten. This is an opportunity for Michigan to yet again welcome a newcomer to the Big Ten, whether it was in '93 Penn State, a decade ago, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. This is their opportunity, the first chance they get to welcome them and introduce them to what Big Ten football really is.
Well, we are seeing your old coach, Lloyd Carr, out there with Hutch. How's Coach looking there, John?
I love seeing Coach out there. I mean, just, God, it's so good to see him. I just hope he had a chance to come down his own tunnel.
Speaking for the USC captains will be Kyron Hudson, the wide receiver. Michigan USC out there with their captains, of course, Rod Moore, Donovan Edwards, Makari Page, and Max Bredesen. Let's go down for the coin toss.
And tails. What's your call? Heads is the call. It is heads. You've won the toss. USC is going to defer their choice to the second half. Michigan's going to take the ball. Which way would you like to kick? Go ahead and put your backs to that goal.
There you hear our lead official, Chris Coit, with the coin toss. The Wolverines will get the football first, and they will travel from right to left here at the Big House as USC opts to defer. So we'll see the Michigan offense on the field for the first time today. And look, man, smash, right? It's Jerome Moore's credo, man ball. Tighten up that chin strap and put the snowplow down, and let's go. They're going to want to do it on the ground today against this SC defense.
Yeah, and to pave the way, you've got to have a great performance by that offensive line. And on this very first play, they have a chance to set the tone and let those guys across the line of scrimmage know exactly what they're in for the rest of the game. This is a tone setter right now. I'm really excited that the offense is going to be able to receive and take the ball first because, I mean, Texas, Arkansas State, we saw their offense march down the field. Didn't come away with points, but it's an opportunity now for Michigan to set the tone for the rest of the day.
Alex Orji getting the start, as we mentioned. Getting to know Alex a little bit, John. He was named to the 2021 high school Whataburger super team. Have you ever had a Whataburger?
I have had a Whataburger.
And?
They're very good. Very good.
His favorite movie is The Express, the Ernie Davis story. His favorite food, any type of chicken. That sounds like my kind of guy.
It does, yes. Yeah, we had a coach make some comments about chicken, but recanted on those, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He changed his mind. The Michigan offense will be led, of course, like we mentioned, Alex Orji, Donovan Edwards in the backfield. Wide receiver Tyler Morris is back this week. Kendrick Bell. And Marlon Klein will get the start at tight end with Colston Loveland out. Up front, Miles Hinton, Josh Breed, Dominic Jadis, Giovanni El-Hadi, and Evan Link. Deep for Michigan here is Tavi Dunlop. I think this is the 4th different kick returner we've seen all season long.
Yeah, we've seen, obviously, Jordan Marshall was there a couple of weeks ago. He's out again today. But we'll see what Tavi can do. He's a guy that I know last year the coaching staff and Sharon has talked about, hey, just on the depth chart, it's been hard to find them reps, but they want to try and get as many opportunities in special teams as possible.
Keyshawn Harris also deep for Michigan. And let's go down to the field now. Jason Avant. Jason?
This crowd is rocking. Everyone's excited for this game. Alex Orji gets the ball to start off. This can mean the season and his first couple of drives to get the crowd into the game and behind Alex Orji. Let's see how he does.
Michael Lance to kick off for the Trojans. As he approaches the football, the talk is over. It's time to play. Michigan and USC here at the Big House as Lance kicking off from left to right out of the back of the end zone, and Michigan will take over from the 25-yard line. This USC defense, well, they only have 3 sacks this year through their 2 games, so Wolverines are hoping that they'll be able to give Alex Orji some time. But, of course, as we mentioned, Michigan is going to look to run it. We see Donovan Edwards on the field for the first snap in the Michigan backfield. He'll line up in a pistol formation directly behind Alex Orji, with Max Bredesen in the backfield as well. Ball on the left hash, 2 receivers split to the right, and the first snap from scrimmage goes to Orji, hands it off to Edwards, who's got a hole to the left and gets it out to the 30 before he is dragged down by Jalen Smith out of the USC secondary. Gain of 5 on first down.
Well, just like I mentioned, it's an opportunity for that offensive line to set the tone. I love the fact that they get double teams between left guard and center, and guard and tackle on the backside. And if Donovan Edwards doesn't slip in the hole, he might have gotten a lot more yardage there.
Zach Marshall checks in for the Michigan offense, a native of Carlsbad, California. Player that's been coming on for them, get more playing time with Colston Loveland out. Here's a run left for Donovan Edwards into the pile, pushing forward, close to first down yardage. He'll be shy by, call it 2 yards. Akili Arnold on the stop.
And I thought it was really important what Jason said before the Wolverines took the field offensively here. This kind of does feel like it's going to set the tone for the rest of the year. Yeah, it's the start of the Big Ten season, but it's the start of something for Alex Orji, and they're in a great position now getting into 3rd and 2.
Kalel Mullings into the backfield for the first time for Michigan. Orji brings a man in motion. And he'll hand it off to Mullings, who fights forward close to the first down. And I think they're going to mark him just shy.
Yeah, he's going to be about a half yard shy. This will be really interested to see what, oh boy, Sharon Moore does.
Jason, is he going for it?
You're looking at 6 inches. It looks like he's going to go.
He's leaving the offense on the field. 4th down. And as you heard Jason say, 6 inches on Michigan's first possession here at the Big House from their own 34.5-yard line. Extra O-lineman comes in here with Andrew Gentry. Play clock is already down to 10 seconds. USC's going to sub late. I don't think they're going to get this play off. They might have to take a timeout.
They're going to have to take a timeout.
Orji under center, takes the snap, plows forward. He's got first down yardage. Boy, they just got that off. I got to tell you, that play clock, the USC players are pointing at it.
Well, I don't care what the USC players are pointing at. Why are they sprinting on the field? They don't have to. They're allotted time to come on the field.
USC's players sprinting and allowed Michigan to get the snap off.
That's a coaching error on USC side, because if they just jog out there, there's no way that Michigan gets that ball up. But they do. The offensive line picks it up.
2 yards for Orji. And miss across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. Quick hitter there to Samaj. And a good gain on first down.
I love the fact that they gave him an easy pass. Wasn't a beautiful pass, but you know Alex Orji, right now he's thinking about, I've got to complete this pass. He's pressing so hard. Now he's got the first completion out of the way. It was a positive play. Hopefully he can find some rhythm and calm down just a little bit.
Extra offensive lineman in again with Andrew Gentry.
Hey, a low pass to a low guy is pretty good.
Shotgun for Orji. And he'll hand it off to Donovan Edwards, who'll get dropped in the backfield. Good penetration there by Mason Cobb from his linebacker spot, a loss of 3.
Got to get that backside cut off. And you know what? When you bring an edge defender, especially an outside linebacker, off the backside, you're leaving the least dangerous player unblocked. But coming off the edge like that, sometimes as a tackle, you got to be able to take 2. And when you have a young tackle like Evan Lake, maybe he just doesn't see that, or I know he didn't on that play.
3rd down and 8 for Michigan, just underway at the Big House. Orji in a shotgun. USC jumped into the neutral zone. Orji back to pass, and he's going to run 40, 45, and he gets tripped up. There is no flag. They snapped that ball early, John, with a SC defender in the neutral zone.
It felt like he even made contact. I'm surprised that play even went on.
And see Josh Preeb from the Michigan offensive line going, hey, what's the deal? The replay here at the Big House.
I thought for sure, I'm like, hey, they snapped. That's a free play. I thought he was going to take a shot downfield.
Orji about 3 yards shy of a first down as he got tripped up in the open field. And yeah, Michigan's going to be forced to punt. Zachariah Branch, who is the nephew of Cliff Branch, longtime NFL receiver. Tommy Doman's first punt is a good one. Branch is going to let it go over his head. This one's going to land inside the 10 and get out of bounds. Inside the 10, we'll see where they mark it. But there you go, Tommy Doman. That's the Tommy Doman we know. They're marking it on the 6.
That is, I mentioned the special teams being a weapon. This is what Michigan needs.
50-yard punt from Tommy Doman, coffin corner, and USC will get the football. We talked about long fields. That's a long field. They mark it at the 6. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Experiencing a Wolverines game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the field, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, exclusive freight partner of Michigan Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Wolverine fans, it's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, your official craft beer of University of Michigan Athletics, has the perfect beer for you with their Michigan Pilsner, crafted with only the best locally sourced Michigan hops and the highest quality ingredients to deliver a smooth, crisp taste. Upgrade your game day traditions with their quintessential, easy-drinking Michigan Pilsner. Founders Brewing Company, proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. Welcome to Craft.
Leave those cooler fall temps behind and escape to the islands, beaches, and neighborhoods of Fort Myers in beautiful Southwest Florida. Celebrate Thanksgiving with college basketball and support your Wolverines at the Fort Myers Tip-Off. See who will own the fort November 25th to the 27th. Between games, visit nature preserves, check out the craft brewery scene, and get out on the water. Or just relax on the beach under the Fort Myers sunshine. Direct flights arrive daily at Southwest Florida International Airport. Plan your trip at visitfortmyers.com.
Hey, Myers, the presenting sponsor of the 2024 Michigan football season, a proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. Jason Avant down on the field, how hot is it?
It's pretty hot. It's 84 degrees. Everyone is sweating pretty good. They have those coolers on the bench going. I would like to see Coach Jerome Moore get after the officials on that last play. I know he's trying to be a Michigan man, but you got to rip some butt right there.
Yeah.
USC jumping into the neutral zone. Michigan snapping it quickly, but no flag. All right, USC with Miller Moss. He'll be standing in his own end zone for this first snap. And Woody Marks in the backfield with him. They go 3 receivers, split wide right. They're a talented group. They're a tall group of wide receivers there for SC. Michigan's defense will have its hands full. Inside and in front is the plan today. Moss in a shotgun takes the snap. Hands it off to Marks running left. No room there as Kenneth Grant buries him as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Big KG on the stop.
Well, that's the standard of this Michigan defense. Nobody's going to run on this Michigan defense, but you've got to have big 78, Kenneth Grant, big 55, making plays up front.
2nd down and 10 for the Trojans. 2 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Miller Moss standing on his own goal line. And we got a whistle, and Michigan's pointing. It looked like the Wolverines jumped, but it did USC move.
I think it's a left guard. Left guard came out of his stance.
False start.
There you go.
Offense, number 72. Half the distance.
Emmanuel Pregame
Still 2nd down.
moved, a senior out of Denver, Colorado, and back up the Trojans half the distance to the goal. Scoreless here in Ann Arbor. 9:45 to go, first quarter.
Right down in that student section.
Well, this crowd wants to be a part of it, and Texas 2 weeks ago took the crowd out of it. They're making noise now. Moss in his end zone looking downfield. It's going to fire over the middle, and it is caught and then dropped. Kyron Hudson had it at the 20-yard line. Zeke Berry in coverage, and it'll be 3rd and long for the Trojans.
If you want to stop this passing attack, Miller Moss will put the ball at risk. You get him outside the pocket, you knock him down a couple of times, That's exactly what the defense has to do. Be good on first down, stop the run, and get after the quarterback on second.
USC has to get it across the 16-yard line. Miller Moss in his own end zone. Michigan showing blitz, crowding the line of scrimmage. They're going to go handoff, running left. Nothing there for Woody Marks, who's dropped it to 1. And that is the Michigan defense. John making a statement early. Josiah Stewart in the backfield with the TFL.
Well, I think the statement is also, hey, we're taking a snap. Quarterback's going to be throwing the ball from inside their own end zone. After watching what they did on second down, getting after Miller Moss, I don't think they wanted to drop him back. They were hoping to maybe give themselves a little breathing room. Instead, they lost a couple more yards. Now the snap, with that ball on the 1, the snap is less than 10 yards. If it's off at all.
Eddie Czaplinski is their punter. He had 3 of more than 50 yards against LSU, and he gets this one off to Samaj Morgan. It's a good one. Samaj backing up, drops it at his own 39. Better hustle, picks it up on the run. 45-50, Samaj Morgan puts his head down, breaks a tackle, and is down to the USC 42-yard line. A near disaster turns into a good return, and what do we got, a flag?
Personal foul after the play. I don't care what happens on the field. You do not retaliate because they're always going to get the guy that hits back.
And we're not good enough for these penalties. And I'm not trying to be negative, but this team isn't last year's team. We have to be assignment pure and mistake-free.
After the play, personal foul, receiving team number 6, 15-yard penalty. It's 1st and 10. Timeout on the field.
Brandon Hillman.
Yep. Hillman. Instead of the ball on the 42-yard line going in, you're going to take the ball back on the other side. It's just, you can't have that.
60-yard punt, 18-yard return, wiped out by the penalty. Michigan will have it on their own 42-yard line. Scoreless here in Ann Arbor. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Touchdown! From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Greasy bootleg right, firing deep for Tuman. Touchdown, Michigan!
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
To think Ford first. Right now, check out the 2024 Ford Explorer at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. The Explorer offers an available twin-panel moonroof and has available seating for up to 7. Easy Plan trade-in lessees can lease a 2024 Ford Explorer XLT 4x4 SUV for $369 a month for 24 months, with $1,789 due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for a low-mileage Ford Credit red carpet lease. Payment includes $3,750 trade assist. Offer only valid on package 202A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by September 30th. See dealer for qualifications and details. Lease an Explorer XLT 4x4 for $369 a month for 24 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Michigan football sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Whole health includes body and mind, and Blue Cross covers it all. From mental health resources to exercise routines, Blue Cross is ready to help. Learn more at bcbsm.com. Scoreless here in Ann Arbor. After the penalty, John, it's still good field position, not as good as it should have been, and we talked about how the defense could help this offense by giving them good field position, and they've done their part. It was just a penalty that was
it was
unnecessary.
Unnecessary, and we talk about special teams being a weapon. They pin them inside the 10 at the 6. The defense pushes them back to the 1. They punt, you get a good return. Now you're giving yourself a chance, and you shoot yourselves in the foot.
Orji will take a snap from under center. Kalel Mullings in the backfield. 1st and 10, Michigan. It'll be Mullings running right, and not much room there as he runs into a host of SC tacklers. In fact, he probably lost a yard. Eric Gentry the leading tackler for the Trojans, linebacker on the stop.
I understand there's going to be some direct handoffs at times, but when you have a quarterback like Alex Orji, almost every single time, you don't want to remove the threat of him keeping it and running it. And play action pass right now is not that threat.
In a shotgun now is Orji with two receivers split to either side. Khalil Mullings will shift out of there. They're going to do a quarterback run right, and there is some room for Alex Orji across the 45, knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line by Jacoby Covington. A gain of 4 for Alex Orji. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
So Evan Link got out in front, and with 3 defenders, I know he's got one guy he's going for, but sometimes you just got to lay that big body out, see if you can pick up as many as you can, and sacrifice the body for the offense.
3rd down and 7 for the Michigan offense. USC showing blitz. Orji back to pass. Looking, fires over the middle. He's got his man on a crossing route. That's Fred Moore, tripped up as he gets inside USC territory. Short of the first down. And Michigan going to be looking at a 4th and about 3. And it looks like the Wolverines are going to punt and play field position.
Yeah, nice play by Mascarenas Arnold, who was the linebacker in pursuit on that one. Took an angle just to be able to pick up Fred Moore quickly. But I do like the fact that, hey, some short passes. You want to convert that, but you want to make sure that Alex Orji continues to gain a little bit of confidence throwing the football.
Zachariah Branch deep for SC. Tommy Doman puts his right foot into this one, and another bomb, and this one's going to go into the end zone, and USC is going to get the ball at the 20.
Now, that's one of them where you want to tell your punter, hey, we want you to show off the leg, but it's hang time. Pinning them inside the 20 is a lot better than just kicking it into the end zone.
Wolverines and Trojans scoreless here in Ann Arbor. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
At Greenleaf Trust, we're prepared to help you win. Our clients, having achieved financial success in their own endeavors, come to us not for what they already know, but rather to benefit from our considerable expertise. With a nearly 100% client retention rate and specialized wealth management disciplines, Greenleaf Trust's Michigan-rooted team helps clients play the long game from one generation to the next. A brighter future begins at greenleaftrust.com.
Gambling can be fun.
Here we go.
Kind of like skydiving. The thrill, the excitement. But be careful, or gambling will start to feel like skydiving without a parachute. For tips that will help keep you out of harm's way, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
You just slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need, and will be ready to help for the next 85 years.
Hey Wolverine fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Michigan football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Michigan Wolverines. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
For the first time in 17 years, Michigan and USC are squaring off. And today's broadcast is presented by Meijer, presenting sponsor of the 2024 Michigan football season and proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. Let's return to Ann Arbor for more between these two college football powers.
Hey, when rivalries heat up, choose chill. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. Please celebrate responsibly. Michigan defense back on the field, forcing a 3-and-out on USC's first possession of the game, and USC has it on their own 20-yard line. We're scoreless with 6:37 to go first quarter.
Don't be surprised to see USC take a shot on first down here, try and sell the run. This defense has been ultra aggressive.
Moss in a shotgun here on 1st and 10. Takes the snap. They're going to run it again, and this time it's Quentin Joyner. He'll get out close to the 25-yard line. Mason Graham, the Michigan tackler. Correction, that was Woody Marks again, a transfer from Mississippi State. Gain of 4.
Offense is going tempo.
2 receivers split to either side for Miller Moss. Takes the snap, back to pass. Here comes the rush, and down he goes! Off the edge, Josiah Stewart drops him back at his own 16-yard line.
That is exactly what we hope to see against Texas. You take someone and you just say, hey, one-on-one, you can't block me, and we're going to win up front. To be good against this wide receiver core, you're going to have one-on-one matchups, and you're going to have to win.
A loss of 9 on the sack from Josiah Stewart is 3rd of the year, and USC is looking at a 3rd down and 14. They got to get the ball across the 30. Moss back to pass. They go screen pass out there to the tight end, and there's nothing there as he actually loses a yard. Dropped by Ernest Hausman coming over from his linebacker spot, and USC goes 3 and out for the 2nd time in 2 possessions.
Well, the running back just caught the ball a little bit too wide, a tight end, sorry. And what he did was he outflanked his offensive line, and Ernest Hausman did a great job of playing that position of, hey, I'm going to hold off that tackle. You've got nowhere to go except for me and the sideline.
Samaj Morgan standing on his own 30-yard line to field this punt from Chapliski, who gets off another good punt. Samaj backing up, and he catches it at the 25. Now he's got a hole up the middle, 30, 35, and dropped right there is Samaj Morgan, and they'll mark it at the 36-yard line for this next Michigan possession. Here at the Big House, scoreless with 4:50 to go in quarter number 1. Let's go to the update desk and our Rob Joyce. Rob?
Thanks, Doug. A lot to run through the Big Ten today. Going on right now, UCLA at LSU. Both teams scored on their opening possession, so 7-7 the score 7 minutes in Baton Rouge. Rutgers leads Penn State 7-0 10 minutes in Blacksburg. And no score between Penn State and Kent State midway through the first quarter in State College. Still to come, 4 games with staggered start times. Washington makes its conference debut against Northwestern at 7. Minnesota hosts Iowa at 7:30. A couple of non-conference road games. Michigan State at Boston College at 8. Purdue rounds out the night in Corvallis against Oregon State at 8:30. And then the noon kicks have all gone final earlier. Ohio State flattened Marshall 49-14. Indiana East passed Charlotte 52-14. Maryland handled Villanova 38-20. That's your Big Ten scoreboard, brought to you by Abso Pure Water. Hydrate like a Wolverine with Abso Pure, the official bottled water of Michigan Athletics. Not a whole lot top 25 going on right now of note. We'll keep tabs on the 4 o'clock start between Utah and Oklahoma State. That is a top 15 showdown, and then at 7:30, Tennessee heads to Oklahoma for the Sooners' SEC debut. Your only other 2 top 25 games today, aside from ours. Lots to talk about. Didn't even mention those games nationally. We'll dive more in depth. We'll give you the first half highlights and more during the halftime show, driven by Jermaine Alexis of Ann Arbor. For now, back to Doug and John, guys.
Because it's not a defensive end.
We got an injury out there for the Trojans. There's a USC player not moving, and actually Sharon Moore, Michigan coach, is out there as a host of athletic trainers have gathered around this USC player.
Yeah, I think it's Makai Lemon.
I hate to see this. 4:50 to go, first quarter. Michigan and USC scoreless. The Wolverines will have the football. The ball is marked on their own 37-yard line. But this might take a while, as this does not. Haven't seen Lemon move.
No, and Sharon made the motion to his team that, hey, slow it down a little bit. Might be some time, so they're going to address what they need to address.
Now. Sorry, John, I see him moving now. I'm just.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the team. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. You don't want to see him down for a length of time. But Doug, to this point, as he gets up, that's great to see.
Yep.
I'd like to take the temperature between you and Jason right now. I know that, first drive for Michigan, they picked up a first down. Probably should have had a free play at the end, but so far, offensively and defensively, you tend to feel each other out just a little bit to find out, hey, do we really belong against this team? Because everybody had hyped up USC, what they did at LSU. Really feels like Michigan has come out with a different intensity today than they have in the first 3 games. Is that what it feels like to you, Jason?
Yeah, it definitely does. I think that everyone outside of, Michigan football program and team felt like USC was the dominant team, and now you're starting to see that the Michigan faithful and the team gaining confidence, knowing that they belong on the same field, like you said.
We talked about pregame. Hey, this might be one of those games, punt and play defense, try and hold them to field goal attempts, and 2 3-and-outs for USC, and the field position battles in Michigan's favor. At some point, you have to cash in on that. And Michigan has, again, decent field position here from the 37-yard line as they get Lemon off the field, and it looks like we're ready to go. We'll keep an eye on him. Donovan Edwards in the backfield, and we see Jalen Hoffman in. Young tight end who's impressed the coaches. Of course, Michigan without Colston Loveland today. Shotgun for Alex Orji. Takes the snap. Back to pass is Alex Orji. He's going to fire one down the near sideline for Marlon Klein. Incomplete. He overthrew him at the USC 40. It'll be second down.
Jason, I want to go down to you. I don't know if you saw Marlon Klein. How much contact is allowed? Because it looked like that was a fist fight running down the field.
Yeah, you can. It's not the NFL. After 5 yards, you still can contact them as long as you're not impeding his progress. So you can touch him. I thought it was a good job by the corner and good defense.
Marlon Klein, a native of Germany. His mom's actually over here watching him play. She arrived last week, saw the game against Arkansas State, and is sticking around for this one. Second down and 10 for Michigan. Lone running back is Donovan Edwards. Orji back to pass. Here comes a rush. Alex in trouble is going to fire it into traffic, and it's broken up. Oof. That was a dangerous throw.
And that's what we talk about him in that position where he is evading a rusher. It's decisions. He threw that one into double coverage, and just the individual that was on him was in good position. Fortunately, that ball falls to the ground harmless, but that was putting the ball at risk.
Third down and 10 for the Wolverines. Shotgun for Alex Orji. Donovan Edwards in the backfield. 3 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. USC crowding the line of scrimmage.
They blitz a lot on third downs. They bring pressure and drop out defensive ends.
Play clock is at 3. 7 guys on the line of scrimmage for the Trojans. Swing pass, Donovan Edwards, 35-40. Donovan's got to make a man miss, and he gets chopped down just shy of the first down. It was one broken tackle away.
Offense is staying on field.
It's 4th and 1, and this is a long one. This is not the 6 inches where they went quarterback sneak earlier.
And that's one where a great block out front by Samaj Morgan and a great play defensively, but by Greedy Vance. You want to see him be able to pick up that first.
Wolverine's going to go for it on 4th and 1. Snap, handoff. Kalel Mullings running right, and the pile moves forward. This is going to depend on the spot. This is Michigan going for it for the second time in their own territory. Michigan players pointing first down, USC pointing their ball.
I think he got it.
Jason, you got to look at it?
Well, I'm right on the line here. The guy to their side looked a little short, but
first down.
It was all about which line judge made the call.
Right.
Well, we like the line judge on this side.
Yeah.
First down, Michigan from their own 47-yard line. Kalel Mullings in the Michigan backfield behind Alex Orji. Orji takes the snap. Hand off to Mullings. Running up the middle. He's got a hole. 45-40. Kalel Mullings in the clear. Whoa, look at this. Outside the numbers to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Wolverines. Kalel Mullings takes it to the house. And Michigan leads 6-0. 53-yard lightning bolt from Kalel Mullings.
And it was right up the gut, right behind Giovanni, Dom Jadis, Josh Preeb, the 3 veterans on that offensive line.
The receivers making a half of a block to look special. Tyler Morris with a half of a block, baby.
We'll take it.
Dominic Zavada on for the extra point. Out of the hold of Tommy Doman. The snap from Will Wagner is clean. The ball's put down, it's up, and it's good. 5 plays, 63 yards after Michigan converts a 4th and 1 in their own territory, and the Wolverines take a 7-0 lead here in Ann Arbor. That Kalel Mullings touchdown run brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. John, I know you love that.
Oh, I do. And I tell you what, Giovanni did a great job of blocking 2 on that play as he's keeping his shoulder square on the defensive tackle. The linebacker, number 4, the guy that I just mentioned, made a great play on Fred Moore earlier. Mascarenas Arnold got caught up in behind that defensive tackle and couldn't find an angle to get to Kalel Mullins. And Kalel Mullins, once he was through, I didn't think Kalel Mullins was going to have breakaway speed. I knew he had 20, 25 yards. We've seen that. But I didn't think he was going to be able to run away from the secondary, and he did.
I'm sure he takes exception to that, John.
Yeah, the thing about Khalil is that he has great feet, and he's able to find a hole pretty quickly, and you've seen him stepping right there. He was faster than me for sure.
Wow. You're pretty fast, 8.
No, I wasn't fast at all there, Doug.
Tommy Doman to kick off. Zachariah Branch deep for the Trojans. And this one's going to come down short of the goal line, and Branch is going to take a fair catch at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, fans are going to let him know it, too.
Yeah, that's...
Come on. Let's go, tough guy.
A pretty good return guy there. I'm surprised he... Well, part of the strategy, I guess. USC will take over at the 25-yard line. Michigan's defense has forced 2 3-and-outs and 2 Trojan possessions. Well, and Michigan has capitalized early, leading 7-0 with 3:10 to go first quarter.
The impact on second down on their first possession of getting after the quarterback, and then Josiah Stewart on second down again, getting the sack, a 9-yard loss. I'm not sure that they feel they can hold up against this defensive front.
See Cameron Brandt on the field for the Michigan defense for the first time. And TJ Guy as well, back to pass as Moss quickly fires. He's got Branch at the 30, hesitates and gets forward to the 32-yard line where he's dropped by Jair Hill. Good gain on first down for the SC offense.
Well, Michigan is gambling on that one, and they're bringing pressure from outside, trying to overload that offensive line. And Miller Moss he's really, in my estimation, for that blitz, just too smart. He sees guys that are uncovered. No matter what the play call is, he's going to get that ball out of his hands quickly.
USC now with 2 total yards in offense. This is their 3rd possession. Jimmy Roller in at one of the linebacker spots here for Michigan. 2nd down and 2 for the Trojans. Moss takes the snap. Handoff up the middle. It's Woody Marks, and he'll be stopped short of a first down and driven backwards. Give him a yard, but it'll be 3rd and short. Cameron Brandt leading the Michigan tacklers there.
And Rayshawn Benny, a defensive tackle, did a great job of slipping off the block of that the right guard, coming across his face and making a play. What a great job of shedding a blocker.
3rd down and 1 for the Trojans, looking for their first down of the game. They trail at 7-0 here at the Big House. Wolverines going big up front with Graham, Grant, and Rayshawn Benny all in there at the same time.
It's a lot of body.
3rd and 1. Moss in a shotgun takes the snap. Handoff up the middle. Marks, he's not going to get it.
Not even close.
The Michigan defense, Mason Graham, the Anaheim, California native, one that got away, will force a USC punt. 3 possessions, 3 3-and-outs for the Trojans.
When USC gets into that heavy jumbo personnel, it's not their makeup, and Michigan is used to it, so a win for Michigan's defense.
Eddie Chapliski on to punt for the Trojans. This guy's a weapon. He's got a 60-yarder and a 59-yarder. He's trying to keep it in the stadium. Samaj Morgan's standing on his own 11. Chapliski's punt. This one isn't good. It's a low wobbler, and it's going to land and bounce out of bounds close to the 30-yard line. We await where it's going to get marked. Now they're going to put it at the 25-yard line. Samaj is saying, no, it's further up the field than that. But Michigan's defense forces a punt, leading 7-0. The Wolverines with a minute to go, first quarter.
I got to believe if you walk up there and you see that defensive line of Rayshawn Benny, Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, there's got to be some check instead of, hey, we're going to run it right at the teeth of these 3 big dudes.
Let's run into this brick wall.
John, but when you're at USC and you're playing like the gadget football all the time,
First and 10 for Michigan from the 25-yard line. Orji in a shotgun. Donovan Edwards, sidecar right. Orji takes the snap, handoff to Edwards, gets through a hole out to the 29-yard line.
And, Doug, on that play right there is exactly the value that Alex Orji brings. That's an easy cutback. It's a 3-yard pickup, and there's nothing special about it other than the fact that the edge was held because they thought there was a chance Alex Orji had the ball. If that threat's not there, they crash down, and that's a no gain.
Orji in a shotgun on this 2nd down and 7. 28 seconds to go, first quarter. Wolverines leading 7-0. Edwards in the backfield. Orji brings a man in motion. That's Max Bredesen. Orji bobbles the snap, hands it off to Edwards, running right across the 30 out to the 31-yard line. And that will likely be the final snap of the first quarter. Eric Gentry on the stop there for the Trojans.
Nice job of handling that snap. It came in hot, and he was able to get that handoff. You want to make sure you got a clean exchange on that one.
It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Michigan when the second quarter gets underway here in Ann Arbor. Michigan leading the USC Trojans 7-0 on a Kalel Mullings 53-yard touchdown run. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
We asked our team, why did you choose to work for Michigan Medicine? Here are some of their answers.
Being able to interact with patients, offer them hope, and hopefully giving them care that they couldn't receive anywhere else is the biggest thing.
Because it's the best of the best. We have great benefits, we have great leadership.
I love what I do. This is a place where you want to be if you're looking to make change.
To our team, we say, thank you for choosing us. We shape the future of healthcare together at Michigan Medicine.
Hail to the victors! This is Wolverines football from Learfield.
Are you ready to raise your game? Introducing 50 States Vodka, proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. Born and bred in Chelsea, Michigan, 50 States Vodka is crafted from sweet, organic, non-GMO corn and is gluten-free with 0 additives. That's right, every drop is pure, American-made excellence from the heart of Michigan to your glass. It's time to experience the best vodka around. Make sure you're toasting with 50 States Vodka, the pride of Michigan and the choice of champions. Cheers to victory and pure Michigan spirit with 50 States Vodka. Drink responsibly.
Bogut Financial Group is the proud wealth management partner of Michigan Athletics. The 3rd annual Night Out at the Big House on September 12th sold out, but due to increased demand, another date is scheduled for Thursday, October 3rd. Learn strategies for managing the risks of retirement and enjoy complimentary dinner and drinks, door prizes, and exclusive access to tour Michigan Stadium. Just go to mgoblue.com/bighouse to sign up. That's mgoblue.com/bighouse. Limited seats are available.
Doug Karst, John Jansen, Jason Avant down on the field. Back at the Big House. First quarter in the books with Michigan leading USC 7-0. We go back to some of the things we talked about pregame, John. Smash. Can Michigan get the run game going? And so far through this game they have offensively.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, you talk about setting the tone. They did it on that very first play with the double teams, and since then, I mean, yeah, there's been a couple of 1-yard gains. I think there was a 2-yard loss in there, but this team has been able to control the line of scrimmage. And when you have, part of that is the improvement of the offensive line to this point today, but it's also the threat that Alex Orji can always do something on the edge. We've seen a quarterback, hey, snap it to him in the shotgun, and he's going to take it around the outside. That threat really cleans things up for this offensive line to be able to get some movement, and then all of a sudden you break a 53-yarder with Kalel Mullins.
And for the Michigan defense, no explosives, make them drive the length of the field inside and in front, and USC's vaunted passing attack. They completed a pass on first down. They were looking at a 2nd and short and didn't move the chains. The Michigan defense has really done the job.
They certainly have, and when you face an offense like this that has the explosive ability, you can't take your foot off the gas. You got to continue to apply pressure, win in matchups up front, and your bread and butter is stopping the run. That's what you have to be consistent throughout the day, because they're going to eventually complete some balls and make some plays.
So Michigan will be looking at a 3rd down and 4 with the ball on their own 31-yard line in this first play of the second quarter against a 6-man USC front. Orji in a shotgun. takes the snap, going to run left, and is going to bounce it outside, up the field, 35, and he's got the first down. Wow, patient is Alex Orji, and eventually turned the corner. Didn't look like there was much there, did it, Jason?
Yeah, I thought that would be a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, 5-yard loss because he kept running to the sidelines. You're like, hey, you're going to run out of real estate, and as soon as he gets there, turns it up and picks up the first. What a patient run by Alex Orji.
Out to the 37-yard line. Last time he started a game, he was a Saxe High School Mustang down in Texas. And a shotgun as Alex Orji with Donovan Edwards in the backfield. 1st and 10 Michigan on their own 42-yard line. Orji fakes a handoff to Samaj Morgan, going to run left. 40, 45, fighting off a tackler to the 50 where he's wrangled out of bounds by Jacoby Covington. 1st down, Michigan.
Well, half the defense thought he handed the ball off. And when you're going against 5 or 6 guys, it's a heck of a lot easier than going against 11. The ball handling skills and Samaj Morgan selling it right at the mesh point that he had it really opened things up.
14 yards on the run for Alex Orji, and Michigan has the football in SC territory. Wolverines leading at 7-0 here in Ann Arbor, going left to right. Orji in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Hand off to Donovan Edwards, nothing there. He gets buried in the backfield. SC, great penetration there from Eric Gentry again. We've called his name a lot. Loss of 2.
Yeah, and we talk about the mesh point, the point where the quarterback's handed the ball to Donovan Edwards and may have held that in his belly just a little bit long, but there was so much penetration, the read, it was almost impossible to make.
Hogan Hansen in for the first time, the true freshman out of Medina, Washington. He had the touchdown catch from Alex Orji last week. Of course, Michigan playing without Colston Loveland today. 2nd down and 12 for the Wolverines. Alex Orji in a shotgun. Takes the snap, back to pass, looking to his left. He's going to fire one down the seam, looking for Samaj Morgan. Check that. Tyler Morris down the left sideline. Nothing there, incomplete. Jacoby Covington in coverage.
Yeah, good coverage. That's a tough throw to make. If he could just put a little air under that ball and allow the receiver, Tyler Morris, to run underneath it instead of trying to put it on such a rope.
Yeah, that was a fastball.
Yeah, safety was still held in the middle. You didn't have to worry about him coming over the top. And again, it's just a read by Alex Orji. He's got to know where that safety is. Probably got scared a little bit that if I put it up too much, he can come over and make a play.
And this is one of those snaps. Don't force anything. On 3rd and 12, they go handoff Donovan Edwards running left. Back into SC territory, but dropped by Mascarenas. Arnold at the 47-yard line, a gain of 3. 48-yard line, and Michigan will be forced to punt. Well, playing the field position game, if you're running the ball and your defense is doing the job, you can do it for a while.
Well, playing the field position game and the time of possession game. Right now, it's not lopsided, but the trend is in a great direction. Just over 8 minutes for Michigan and 5.5 for SC.
Zachariah Branch standing on his own 10-yard line. Tommy Doman, who pinned them deep once on the 6-yard line, puts his foot into this one. This one has a chance to be pinned deep as well. It checks up at the 5, and Michigan will down it at the 12-yard line. Tommy Doman's fired up, and for the 2nd time, USC will have a long field to look at offensively.
Rep over rep, you want to see some improvement. What were we talking about that last punt? Goes right into the end zone. This one, he gives it a chance to bounce back.
Gave it the sand wedge.
Yeah.
Showed a little English. Michigan leads at 7-0 with 12:07 to go first half. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Fish your way to winnings this September at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Play for your chance to win over $115,000 in prizes every Saturday. Every hour from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., 2 lucky guests will wheel in $1,000 in premium play and 500 grand prize bonus entries. Then on September 28th at 11 p.m., one lucky angler will take home a brand new 2024 StarCraft STX 2050. Only at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Your getaway reimagined. Visit SoaringEagleCasino.com for complete winning details.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go, go!
Run,
James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go!
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest, from some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Here's Charles Woodson, Michigan legend.
As a young man, I gave my all to the Wolverines, making history, earning a Heisman Trophy, and now I'm back. Introducing Woodson Whiskey, the first spirit sponsor in school history, crafted with the same passion and excellence that defined my career. Woodson Bourbon Whiskey, where legacy meets excellence. Go blue and go Woodson Whiskey. Cheers, and please drink responsibly.
Win with UMCU. Score a financial touchdown with the University of Michigan Credit Union's Go Blue checking account and get your exclusive Block M debit card for the extra point. UMCU's Go Blue checking account comes with no minimum balance, no hidden fees, and with the Block M debit card, you can show off your maize and blue wherever you go. Join today, Michigan fans. Visit umcu.org. That's umcu.org. UMCU is insured by NCUA.
John Jansen, Jason Avant back at the Big House. When you're out of town and want to keep up with live college sports, be sure to download the free Varsity Network app. Available on both Apple and Android. Listen to college sports live with the Varsity Network app.
I was looking at the stats, obviously, before they updated them. Time of possession right now, 12 minutes for Michigan, 5.5 for USC. That's the prescription that the doctor ordered for a win today.
Well, USC has 3 passing attempts, and we're in early second quarter. That is not a formula for the Trojans. Miller Moss in a shotgun, 1st and 10, USC from their own 13-yard line. 4 receivers split out for him. Takes the snap. Back to pass is Moss. Going to fire over the middle on a slant. He's got his receiver out to the 23-yard line. Jayshawn Barham on the tackle on the completion to Deuce Robinson.
Yeah, it's a tough position for Jayshawn to be in, and with so many weapons, if you want to keep a linebacker on the field, he's going to be covering a receiver at some point.
Give him the full 10, first down for SC. From the 23-yard line, pistol formation for Miller Moss. Michigan showing a 5-man front. Moss takes the snap. Handoff up the middle, it's Marks, and he is buried at the line of scrimmage. Michigan really winning the battle at the point of attack, John.
Yeah, and that has to be the standard. That has to be consistent throughout the course of the game. As we just saw on the first play, they pick up 10 yards. They're going to make some plays in the passing game, and if it's only 8, 9, 10 yards, you can live with that, but you've got to be able to stop the run.
Rayshon Benny's having a game. Credit him with that stop. 2nd and 10 for SC. Back to pass is Moss. Fires and caught. And dropped, getting right there was Will Johnson. As soon as the ball arrived to the receiver, I believe that was Ross. Yeah, they ruled an incompletion, didn't they?
Yeah, he got it out.
He hit him at the timing on that hit was perfect.
3rd and long for the Trojans. Can Michigan's defense get off the field again here? Empty backfield for Moss. 2 receivers split to the right, 3 to the left. Michigan showing a 4-man front on this 3rd and long. Now they're sneaking a blitzer up there. Well, they bring extra heat. They don't. Back to pass is Moss. Fires over the middle, and it's tipped in. Is it picked or dropped? Oh, so close. Tipped by Zeke Berry, and then Brandon Hillman got in there and almost pulled it in for an interception, but it falls incomplete.
Almost had a chance to redeem himself.
Yeah.
He wanted that one bad.
They're on defense for a reason.
Well, there's the saying, tips and overthrows, you got to get those, and Wolverines did not come up with one there. Well, here comes Czapleski, who has a 60-yard punt, a 59-yard punt, and the one that rolled, the short one that rolled, he went for 41 yards. Samaj Morgan standing on his own 23. Sun could be a factor here, so Samaj has to be careful, and he'll move up and field the punt, fair catch at the 19-yard line, and that's where Michigan will take over, leading at 7-0 here at the Big House. 10:47 to go in the first half. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
You just slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need, and will be ready to help for the next 85 years.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Lobs it up in the end zone to Roundtree. He adjusts to the ball. He's interfered with. He makes the catch.
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Introducing Celsius, the essential energy you need to fuel your passion for Michigan football. Pop open a can of Celsius and experience essential energy with 0 sugar and 7 essential vitamins, helping you keep up with every play and celebration. Whether you're in the big house or cheering from your couch, Celsius will help keep you energized for every quarter. Celsius, essential energy to help you live fit. Go Blue. Find Celsius at a retailer near you or at Celsius.com.
Neighbors help neighbors. That's why when the unexpected happens, floods, fires, or tornadoes hit, Belfour has your back. At Belfour, we are the people who live next door. Faces and names you know, right here in Michigan. For us, the only thing more important than restoring your property is helping you rebuild your life whenever disasters strike. 24/7, 365. Belfour Property Restoration. Your home, your life, our promise. Call 800-800-BELFOR or visit belfour.com.
Michigan has the football back, marked at their own 20-yard line, leading it 7-0 here at the Big House. 10:47 to go in the first half. And John, this was the formula we talked about pregame. Make USC go the length of the field, make them have to move the chains, and they've only got 1 first down. They've only thrown the ball 6 times so far.
Field position, time of possession are all going to be vital. It's also going to be a matter of who's going to make the biggest mistake. And we almost saw an interception thrown there by Miller Moss. One of these defenses is going to have to force a turnover. But for Michigan, this is an opportunity. While this USC offense is sputtering, you've got to strike. You've got to get up 2 scores. Up 7-0 right now with a USC offense that hasn't been able to find its footing. You got to find a way to put more pressure on them, and that means more points on the board.
Yeah, our defensive line is making them so uncomfortable on offense. So great job by the defensive line.
Greg Crippen in at center here for this series for Michigan. Orji in a shotgun. Ball on the 20. They're going to go toss sweep with Kalel Mullings right. Cuts back, 25, 27. Chopped down at the 28-yard line. Good run on first down.
You just mentioned Kripp is in there. He did a nice job of reaching the nose. He cut that defense in half and allowed Kalel Mullings to stretch that play as far as possible, get behind Evan Link as he pulls out there, and then cut the ball back. There's absolutely no one there in the cutback lane.
Solomon Tulipopo on the tackle there for SC. 2nd down and 2 for Michigan. Orji in a shotgun. Handoff, Kalel Mullings up the middle, puts his head down and moves the chains out to the 31-yard line. First down, Wolverines. Bear Alexander, the transfer from Georgia, on the stop. Wow. Imposing your will a little bit there. The Michigan offensive line doing a good job.
Well, we've seen them impose their will on 4th down, and you want to make sure that, hey, you're not going to try and stretch it to 4th down every time.
Now Orji under center. 1st and 10 Michigan from their own 31-yard line. USC really loading up the box here defensively. Orji. Little toss to Fred Moore's got room on the reverse. 30, 35, 40. Fred Moore chopped down at the 45-yard line. Michigan mixing it up there. Akili Arnold saved a touchdown there for the Trojans. Move the chains again. Little creativity as Kirk Campbell goes into the playbook. 15-yard gain.
I mean, that one was a narrow margin.
I would love to see our guys start throwing out there, start cut blocking on the outside. It clears up the picture for the runner.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, when you got a disadvantage in size, you got to be able to cut some people down. 1st and 10 Michigan from their own 46-yard line. Orji under center. Handoff to Mullings to go flea flicker. Orji back to pass. Now he's going to have to run to the 45. Alex Orji to the 50, puts his head down and gets drilled as he gets into USC territory. Nothing available downfield. And Orji made the most of it, give him 6 yards. I love the decision that has big play potential. And as soon as you come out of the huddle, Alex Orji is thinking, all right, this is my chance to unleash my arm. He looks downfield, and there is absolute – Peyton O'Leary was the deep man, covered by two guys. Great decision by just tucking it and picking up what he can.
Second down, Michigan has to get the ball across the USC 44-yard line. Wolverines leading it 7-0 here in Ann Arbor, 8:08 to go first half. Orji in a shotgun, takes the snap, handoff, Kalel Mullings up the middle, Kalel to the 45, down to the 42-yard line, the 41 of the Trojans. Good hard running after contact. Move the chains again for Michigan. Kamari Ramsey on the stop for the Trojans.
Hey, John, Max Bredesen is a war daddy. He's the guy that slays everybody in war, man. This dude is a beast.
He does all the dirty work. Gets no credit. I mean, that interception last week, and I don't want to bring up something bad, but the positive is Max Bredesen is the guy that chased him down, pushed him out of bounds, forced them to eventually kick a field goal. He does all the dirty work.
Kalel now 7 carries, 71 yards, and a 53-yard touchdown. 1st and 10 Michigan from the USC 41-yard line. Hand off Donovan Edwards. Has a hole, 40, outside, 35, 30, Donovan Edwards in the clear. Donovan Edwards will take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. Donovan Edwards, 41 yards, and Michigan leads it 13-0.
Remember last week how we were talking about the patience in the backfield? He showed extreme patience, allowed that hole to open up, hit the cutback lane, which is what we've seen Kalel Mullins do. Really the first time we've seen Donovan do it. Cuts it back, and there's nothing but green grass.
I put my hands up, John, right away. As soon as I saw the hold, nobody's catching Don.
Michigan's second long touchdown run of the game, and Zavada on for the extra point. It's up, and it is good, but we have a flag. I'd like to see what this call is.
It's something on USC because they're talking to Sharon. Decline.
Illegal substitution, defense 12 men on the field. The penalties declined. The try is good. Timeout on the field.
That 41-yard touchdown run by Donovan Edwards brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. 6 plays, 80 yards, all on the ground, over 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Michigan leading here at the Big House, 14-0. You're listening to Michigan football from Learfield.
Okay, I'm not usually one to exaggerate, but you need to drop everything and get to Kohl's because they have so many ways to save right now. I just shopped their customer appreciation event, and not only did I get great deals on a bunch of fall styles, I also got 30% off because I'm a Kohl's card holder. Or if you're a rewards member, you get 20% off. Even non-members can save with 15% off. Plus, you can earn Kohl's cash too. So what are you waiting for? Hurry to Kohl's and thank me later. Offers end September 22nd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check that your seats aren't in the visitor section first, before buying tickets.
I'm so excited for this game. I can't believe you got us tickets.
Me too. Wait, are we on the wrong side?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This is going to be a long game.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
Doug Karst, John Jansen, Jason Avant down on the field on a beautiful day in Ann Arbor in Michigan. Responding here. 14-0. And I got to tell you, John, it feels like the offensive line knew the assignment today.
Yeah, that was dominate the line of scrimmage, and they have absolutely done it. From play one, they set the tone, which is what we wanted to see. And since then, yeah, there's been some 1 or 2 yard runs. And when you run the ball as many times as they are, they've run the ball 22 times, only thrown it 6. You're going to have a couple of no gains, maybe even a couple of yard or 2 losses. But to have a 41-yard touchdown and a 53-yard touchdown run by both of your running backs.
Tommy Doman puts his right foot into this one, and it'll sail out of the back of the end zone to our right. And USC will take over, trailing 14-0 from their own 25-yard line. Donovan Edwards, 8 carries, 53 yards. Khalil Mullings, 7 carries, 71 yards, and they each have a long touchdown run.
And I think the most important stat, the 53-yard run, the 41-yard run, both for touchdowns. Hey, we love those. The reason those are made possible is, one, the offensive line, but it's also the 6 carries by your quarterback for 38 yards. He is absolutely making the job easier for this offensive line.
Ike Iwuna in there for the Michigan defense. Rayshawn Benny as well up front. Mason Graham. Michigan showing a 4-man front.
Timeout.
And we get a timeout taken by Michigan.
Michigan, their first of the half. 30 seconds.
On an alignment issue apparently before the snap. And
yeah, they had the subs in, and it looks like they were confused on where they were lined up.
Well, Wolverines taking no chances. They'll take a timeout here with 6:57 to go in the half, and Michigan leading 14-0.
Yeah, I mean, great decision of not just letting it run because you don't want to spend a timeout. You got the Trojans down 14-0 right now. You've got all of the momentum. Don't give up a big play. Make sure you got the right guys out there and they're lined up right. Offensively, I absolutely love, to this point, other than the one time that Alex Orji put the ball at risk on a pass play, throwing into the double coverage, his decision-making. The flea flicker, nothing's there. Live to fight another day. He still picked up 6 yards.
Now, let's be clear. This USC offense has a chance to be explosive, and USC gets the ball to start the second half. Michigan's defense is going to have its hands full. Out of the timeout, 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 25-yard line. In a shotgun as Moss takes the snap. Going to roll out to his right, looking downfield. And he's going to let one go for Branch, and he's got it at the 45-yard line. And it dragged down at the 49-yard line by Jaden McBurrows. And that's what USC's offense can do. 4 yards rather to the water bug, Branch.
Yeah, and no surprise that they take a shot downfield with Will Johnson off the field. You've got to get Will back on the field quickly.
1st and 10 Trojans from the 49-yard line, their own 49-yard line. This is their deepest penetration of the day. Moss in a shotgun. Takes the snap, back to pass. Swing pass out of the backfield. Looking for his running back, Joyner, who gets chopped down by Zeke Berry for a loss of 1. Missiled by Zeke Berry.
Well, you love him taking a shot. He's not going to get the angle on him as that ball is thrown out in the flat. So, hey, shoot your shot while you can. See if you can get him on the ground, and he does.
Jason, Will Johnson's okay, right? Is just getting some backup, some run here?
Everybody's available. The 10 is not up.
All right. 1st and 10 for USC. We'll check that 2nd and 11. My bad. Moss takes the snap, rolls out to his right, looking downfield. Going to float one out there for Branch, and he overthrows him. Branch looking back into the sun. Zeke Berry in coverage. And Miller Moss on the run sails one. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Trojans.
Just speaking of the tent, Jaden McBurrows just went to the tent now. Jaden McBurrows just went into the tent.
He limped off 2 plays ago after he made that tackle on Zachariah Branch.
Well, they brought the pass rush crew back in. Josiah Stewart's back out there. Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant. Love to see that. And obviously Will Johnson. Got to ask him to eliminate half the field.
He's back on the field as USC has a bunch formation to the right. 2 receivers split to the left. Now they'll fan everybody out. 5 wide for Moss in an empty backfield. 5 on the play clock. 3rd down and 11 for the Trojans. They're going to have to hurry. They just get the snap off. Michigan brings an extra rusher. Moss bails out of there, throws, and he's got his man Branch. 40, 35, 30, down the near sideline. 20, Branch to the 15, and he's dragged down by Quentin Johnson. Oh, they had him dead to rights in the backfield, but Moss made something happen, and Branch was wide open. And USC will have it. They're going to mark it right at the 10-yard line of the Wolverines.
So they brought Makari Page off of the right side on a blitz. Miller Moss makes a miss. Zeke Berry was in coverage just a couple yards behind.
42 yards, first and goal for the Trojans. They're going to roll Moss out, and he's going to dirt one. Nobody open, and right in his face was Derek Moore, and Moss just got rid of it. Second and goal from the 10. 5:10 to go first half. Michigan on top, 14-0.
But you know you're going to be in man coverage when you're bringing a safety off the edge. You're bringing pressure. You're bringing 6 different rushers. And you can't have a breakdown. You can't be behind when you're covering receivers.
4 wide for Moss. Marks in the backfield off his right hip. Moss going to take the snap. Roll to his right. Fires, got the tight end, and the Wolverines are all over it, and they're going to drop him for a loss. Lake McCree, the tight end, dropped back at the 12-yard line by Ernest Hausman.
I really like how Ernest Hausman is playing in pass coverage right now. We talked about that tight end screen that they tried to set up. He played it right off the blocker, used the sideline on this one, does a really nice job of making sure that he can't get beat on a cutback and making the tackle in open field.
This will be third and goal from the 12-yard line for the Trojans. 2 receivers split to the left. That's Robinson and Branch. Moss in a shotgun, 2 tight ends to the right. Third and goal, Moss back to pass. Here comes the rush. Moss bails out of there, fires underneath, and incomplete. Off his mark was Moss on a pass to Woody Marks. Derek Moore in the face of the USC quarterback, and that will bring on Michael Lance to try a field goal and get USC on the board.
Well, I mean, when your quarterback isn't able to set his feet, isn't able to look downfield and pick out which receiver he wants to throw to, it makes it really tough. Miller Moss is a very accurate quarterback, and he has been off today because he is under duress every single time.
Lance does have 1 miss from inside of 30. This is a 29-yard field goal attempt. Spot, kick is up, and the kick is good. And USC is on the board following the Michael Lance field goal. And Michigan leads at 14-3 here at the Big House. Well, John, talking with Wink Martindale after the Texas game, he said guys got excited. Guys tried to make big plays early in the game specifically, and guys got out of position. He's got to be very happy with what he's seen out of this Michigan defense. Moss made a play that probably got him these 3 points, and you're not going to shut out USC, but ultimately the Michigan defense, so far, they've had a very good half.
They have. And you talk about, being in position to make plays. Zeke Berry is about 2 yards behind Miller Moss. Behind Branch. Yeah. And that's what causes a big play. No one's going to be 100%. Mistakes are going to happen. But to prevent big plays against a team as explosive as USC is, when you're going to gamble and bring extra rushers, you're gambling on the backside as well. You got to make sure you got the coverage tightened up.
Yeah, that one's a really tough one because Zeke Berry is just not as fast as Zachariah Branch, and you're asking him to cover him across the field. It's a long way. So that's just a tough one. You hope that Makari Page gets that sack in order to give him a little bit more time, but they're going to make a play or two, and that was their play.
Well, the Michigan pass rush has been outstanding today. Standing on his goal line is Keyshawn Harris, Tommy Dunlop back there as well, and Harris is going to let this sail over his head, and it'll land in the end zone, and Michigan will take over on the 25-yard line. Wolverines lead at 14-3 with 4:15 to go first half. Wolverines just put together an 80-yard drive, all on the ground. Now, it's interesting, John. They took 2 snaps from under center. One was the reverse. The other was the flea flicker, that last possession.
Well, I love to see them. You could say taking chances, because he's showing a little razzle-dazzle and the ball is changing hands a couple of different times, but those are calculated shots that they've taken.
1st and 10 Michigan from the 25-yard line. Donovan Edwards in the backfield off the left hip of Alex Orji. Orji takes the snap. Hand off to Edwards. 25 out to the 27. He is dropped there for a short gain on first down.
They're holding that backside really tight, trying to make sure that they almost trying to take away 2 gaps. The cutback by the running back, which has hurt him twice on both touchdown runs, as well as they're so nervous about Alex Orji keeping the ball around edge.
2nd down and 8 for Michigan. Orji in a shotgun, Edwards in the backfield. Orji takes the snap, handoff Donovan Edwards. 31-yard line, and be short of a first down by about 4 yards. Donovan Edwards there, setting up a 3rd down.
Yeah, it looks like it's about 3.5 yards to pick up the first. And you know what? You'd love to be 3rd and 1. You'd love to pick it up on 2nd down. But I love the fact that they have stayed out of 3rd and long situations in putting Alex Orji in that. Now, to sustain some of these drives, you're going to have to eventually convert some of these 3rd downs. Right now, they're 1 of 6 converting on 3rd down.
Interesting play call here. Moving the chains would be big. Keep the ball out of USC's hands before the half. 3rd down and 3.5. Alex Orji in a shotgun. Edwards in the backfield. 3 receivers split to the left, and Sharon Moore's going to take a timeout. With 3 minutes even to go in the half, and Michigan leading 14-3 here at the Big House.
Jason, what do you call here? 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. I would probably call a receiver screen. I kind of know that they're going to be in zone coverage because they don't want to force Alex Orji's hand in order to run, and you don't want to play man-to-man because it gives them that open lane. So I would probably throw a screen out to the outside, and hopefully they can pick it up.
What do you like here, John?
I like the quarterback run. Add in, if go tight on the backside, see what type of look they're going to give you on the front side. But if you could bring a guard around Max Bredesen and a running back, 3 guys leading up through the hole, I'll take Alex Orji picking up 3 yards every single time.
You know what I really like here is going to Colston Loveland, but unfortunately he is out today.
Unavailable.
Naked will be good right here too. Naked bootleg.
USC, it looks like they're showing man coverage here.
Yeah, it looks like man.
Shotgun for Orji on 3rd down. They're going to go quarterback run right. 30, 35. He's got the first down across the 40 out to the 41. Surveying the defense. Move the chains. Good patient running for Alex Orji.
Did you guys just see Alex Orji get up off the ground? He did like the ninja kip-up thing. That was pretty athletic.
You're going to have to show us what that is after the game.
I can't do it, but when we were little kids, we would try to get up without using our hands.
Yeah.
It was that one.
From the 41, pistol formation, Michigan 1st down. Orji takes the snap. Hand off to Edwards, up the middle, out to the 45-yard line. And the Wolverines could let the clock tick down to the 2-minute warning here in the first half if they so choose. Gain of 4 and 1st down for Donovan Edwards.
Hey, John, they're road grading up front. I think you like this performance so far.
Oh, I love this performance right now. And you're talking about a defensive line right now that looks like they don't want to go mano-a-mano, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
And the Wolverines will not get this snap off before the 2-minute warning. So we talked about the importance of this drive, keeping the ball out of SC's hands with Michigan leading 14-3. We're at the 2-minute warning here at the Big House in the first half. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Touchdown! From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go!
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
He can't any stop, and it is Michigan's ball game! Look at those Wolverines!
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
The 2024 F-150 is built Ford tough and proud to be the official truck of your Detroit Lions. With intelligent functionality already built in, everything from home renovation to tailgating just got better. Right now, returning Easy Plan lessees can lease a 2024 Ford F-150 XLT 4x4 Super Crew for $339 a month for 24 months, with $3,959 due at signing. Payment includes waive security deposit. Excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all lessees will qualify for Ford Credit Red Carpet Low Mileage Lease. Payment includes $3,000 renewal cash. Offer ends September 30th. See dealer for qualifications and complete details. Some exclusions may apply. So lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for only $339 a month. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Doug Karst, John Jansen, Jason Avant back at the Big House. 2-minute warning. Michigan leading 14-3 here first half. Interesting, John, we noted during the break. Michigan's previous scoring drive, 80 yards, all on the ground.
Yep.
SC's response was 7 plays, all through the air?
All through the air. I mean, you talk about a team that is dominating at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. That's Michigan. And they're pouring it on with the run. They've only run the ball 26 times versus 6 passes, and USC is completely abandoning the run.
Yeah, we got 19 yards passing.
Well, it feels very intentional.
The craziest thing is that we were beating USC in passes before.
Right, before that last drive, yeah.
19-18.
Shotgun for Alex Orji on 2nd down and 6. Michigan from their own 45-yard line. Orji takes the snap. He's going to throw. Quick pass out to Samaj Morgan. Cuts back towards the middle of the field, out to the 46-yard line, and he is dropped right there. And we get a whistle. Did USC call timeout?
Timeout USC. They're first of the half. 30 seconds.
They would love to get the football back. They need to get this 3rd down conversion to the Wolverines to keep it out of the hands of the Trojans here with 1:51 to go in the first half.
Well, we went over 20 yards passing right there, John.
Yeah, just barely. But 98 yards on the ground. I'll take it. And I know the last time we faced the 3rd down and 3, we talked about the play selection, and I would 100% expect that USC is always in 3rd down going to go man-to-man coverage. They're going to test and say, hey, we know you're not going to throw it, and put the game on the linebackers and that interior defensive line. But I love the fact that they're in man coverage. You can run everybody deep, run that secondary off. Now all of a sudden you've got Alex Orji one-on-one with the linebacker, and I like those odds.
Yeah, Deanton Lynn, he brings the house here on 3rd downs and drops out like defensive linemen, but they can't stick with Alex Orji.
3rd and 4 for Michigan. Orji in a shotgun. 2 receivers split to either side. Donovan Edwards in the backfield. USC jumps into the neutral zone, but they get back. Orji looks to the sidelines. He may change the play.
Throw one up here, John.
Still have 10 seconds on the play clock. Now we're ready to go. Orji takes the snap, hands it off to Donovan Edwards, and he'll be dropped short of the 1st down, and SC will take another timeout.
That's a very conservative play call. And Jason, I'm with you. At some point, they're going to have to air it out. That seems like it would have been the perfect time, because if they don't complete it, you just punt the ball and you pin them back. But at least you have the opportunity of showing something deep. And if it is a completion, now all of a sudden, they're going to halftime thinking, how do we defend against this offense?
I always say on offense that you do yourself a disservice if you don't take 4 or 5 shots down the field, because the chances that you get a pass interference is very great, because those defensive backs, that ball get in the air, they begin to panic and they begin to hit the receiver. So in that situation, give your receivers a bone and throw up one outside.
Yep. Put a little air under it, see what can happen.
Yeah.
Before this punt, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan football from Learfield. Zachariah Branch standing on his own 10-yard line for the Trojans. Tommy Doman has the snap and gets off a tall punt. Branch will back up and catch it inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Fair catch. And once again, USC is looking at a very long field. This is punting and playing defense. Michigan leading at 14-3 with 1:40 to go here. And how aggressive will the Trojans be?
Well, you think about, where USC has started. They've started at the 1, No, I'm sorry, that's where they finished the drive. They started at the 6, the 20, the 25, the 13, and the 25. And now they're starting, where are they at? The 8-yard line?
Yeah.
They have not had field position. And it's a credit to Michigan's defense. It's also a credit. One of those 25-yarders was Tommy Doman just kicked it into the end zone. Credit to the special teams and defense.
Trojans go 4 wide here. In the backfield is Woody Marks off the left hip of Miller Moss. 1st and 10 SC from their own 8. Moss takes the snap, back to pass, fires quickly. He's got his man at the 5, and the Wolverines swarm, and now there's a flag down. And Will Johnson comes up pointing at an SC wide receiver, and we might have had an illegal block.
Holding out on the edge.
Yeah, out on Nate McCree, the tight end.
Illegal block in the back, offense number 87, half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Back up the Trojans, and now maybe Sharon Moore will want to judiciously use his one timeout with 1:35 to go if SC's going to throw it. Trojans backed up to the 4 here.
Nice incompletion would be a free timeout for Michigan.
A good pass rush here will get a safety.
1st and 14. Moss in the end zone fires. It's tipped.
Oh.
Big Derek Moore got the paw up there on a quick wide receiver screen. Incomplete, stopping the clock with 1:23 to go, 2nd down.
Yep. That's a free timeout. And again, this is just a great job by Derek Moore of getting out there. And I think they're really nervous for Miller Moss to stand in the pocket. Just what Jason said there. You'd love to see a safety here. I thought maybe we were going to get Jason calling a shot, but they're really nervous about this pass rush and don't want to give time for those receivers to get downfield.
Well, the Trojans might have to think about running it just to get Michigan to drain their timeout and not give the Wolverines the ball back. But they're going to throw out of the backfield. It's Marks to the 5, breaks a tackle to the 10, to the 15, and he's close to the 1st down. He might have the 1st down. Derek Moore downfield with the tackle on Woody Marks, a gain of 15. They're going to move the chains with 1:09 to go, clock running. Trojans with it, trailing 14-3. Moss in a shotgun. And are we going to get a review? I think we're going to get a review here. What are they looking at?
The ruling of a 1st down is under review.
Trying to see if he was down.
Before he reached the 1st down marker?
Yeah, I thought they were.
Do you think they got a generous spot, Jason?
I think they were off by a yard or so.
Yeah.
Well, a yard would be a huge mistake. Well, we've already seen this officiating crew make a few obvious mistakes.
This close shave replay review is brought to you by Barbasol. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and great shaves start with Barbasol shaving cream. For whatever your day brings, choose Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
So where is the ball when his...
Yeah, he's short.
You don't have to take a personal shot at him.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. It's 1st down.
He slid for a good 4 yards.
Wow. Okay, then.
Well, so back to 1st down. Only one timeout for USC. 59 seconds remain.
Well, inside and in front, try and keep him in bounds. SC has one timeout remaining here in the 1st half.
Yeah, this is where you want to play off a little bit. Don't take any chances. Don't give up a big play.
Michigan with 6 defensive backs on the field here. Empty backfield for Moss from his own 19-yard line. Wolverines showing a 4-man front. Back to pass is Moss. Here comes the rush, and it's tipped in the air, and it's going to go out of bounds. Moss got hit as he released it.
Josiah Stewart pushed the left tackle right into the lap of Miller Moss, Elijah Page. And, I mean, sometimes the direct path is just right through him, and he has not been able to set his feet and deliver a clean ball all day.
2nd down and 10 with 45 seconds to go in the half. SC trails by 11 here in Ann Arbor. Michigan might have been in the neutral zone. Yep, flag is down. Back to pass. They're going to take a deep shot, and it's going to be tipped and fall incomplete down there. Jair Hill in coverage, but this time they figured out how to throw the flag when somebody was in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
Offside in the neutral zone at the snap. Defense number 8. 5-yard penalty. second down.
Miller Moss, I didn't see who it was, but he took a shot as he let go of that ball. I know he's trying to stand in the pocket. He knew he had a free play. But Michigan has been all over him in the first half.
That moves the ball out to the USC 24-yard line with 40 seconds to go. 14-3, Michigan on top. Second down and 5. Moss in a shotgun. 2 receivers split to either side. Back to pass as Moss fires on a slant for Branch. He's got it for first down yardage out at the 34-yard line. Stop the clock to move the chains with 36 seconds to go. Makari Page in coverage there for Michigan. USC goes quickly, clock running. 30 seconds to go. Back to pass is Moss under heavy pressure. He just gets rid of it as there was Josiah Stewart again, and Moss took another hit, and he is slow to get up. The lead official, Chris Coit, helps him up.
I tell you what, Josiah Stewart coming off the edge, he was by the tackle before he even got out of his stance.
28 seconds to go in the half. Second down and 10 for the Trojans.
If I'm Josiah Stewart here, I'm thinking about selling that up the field, maybe spin inside, come inside, because he's got him guessing.
Moss in a shotgun. The Wolverines in the neutral zone again. Back to pass. Miller Moss is going to take another shot, and he's got his man in Michigan territory and dragged down at the 45-yard line is Jay Fair. Wolverines a little fidgety up front. Their pass rush has been good enough. They don't need to jump early.
No.
The penalties decline. The result of the play is a first down.
There's only 23 seconds to go in the half. First down for the Trojans. They still have that timeout in their pocket. And the ball's at the Michigan 41-yard line.
Yeah. Sometimes when you get so much success coming off the edge, you get a little bit anxious.
Clock running. Moss in a shotgun. Back to pass. Wolverines bring an extra rusher. Moss steps up, fires over the middle, and he's got his man at the 40, but they're going to have to use a timeout. USC takes a timeout with 13 seconds to go as Ernest Hausman drops Jay Fair at the 39-yard line. Now, I will tell you.
Timeout USC, the final timeout of the half, 30 seconds.
I was watching their kicker, Michael Lance, in warm-ups. He tried 4 field goals from 51 yards and was short on all 4 of them.
Oh. Here's the thing about how special this pass rush has been. These are all quick out routes, seam routes that you're getting the ball out of the quarterback's hand. And we've been talking about how to get after a quarterback when the ball is coming out so fast. You've got to have some wins up front. Even on that one right there, Rayshawn Benny had a win right away on the guard that he was up against and was right around the ankles of Miller Moss. So Miller Moss still, even though they're getting the ball in and out of his hands quickly, is still getting hit every single time.
From where we are right now, USC would be looking at a 56, 57-yard field goal attempt.
Doug, was he going in this direction?
He was not. How's the wind?
I think they're carrying further on the opposite end, so it would be short on this end.
Well, USC is out of timeout, so if Michigan get a tackle in bounds, it would likely end the half. Trojans need either first down or to get the ball out of bounds. Second down and 8. Moss in a shotgun. Back to pass. Fires it to his running back, and it's complete. They're going to go double pass, a throw deep, and it's incomplete. Well incomplete. And
that ball wasn't even close to catch.
The ball was tipped.
Yeah, that can't be pass interference. It was a duck because it was tipped.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference. The ball was tipped as it was passed.
It was
the pass is incomplete.
Kyron Hudson who caught the pass and went double pass. Did that even look like it was backwards, John? I didn't think it looked like a backwards pass.
It didn't look like it to me.
Well, USC, with 6 seconds left in the half, I mean, is this Hail Mary time? Is that their only choice, or do they think they can get a quick out?
I don't know that they're going to have enough time to run it. I mean, yeah, you could run it out.
Chris Coit, the lead official, discussing things with his crew.
Yeah.
Well, they got an official back there without a hat and without a flag. He's got to run all the way back to the 6-yard line to get it. Yeah. And what just happened?
Michigan must have called a timeout.
All right. It's with 6 seconds to go in the first half, and USC with the ball on the Michigan 39-yard line. They're out of field goal range. So looking at two options: quick pass to the sidelines, try and get out of bounds and get a field goal, or just throw one up into the end zone with the Wolverines leading at 14-3 here.
Yeah, I mean, you can basically give up the middle of the field because the ball goes in the middle of the field. As soon as the runner is down, the half is going to be over. They got no way to stop the clock, even if it's a first down.
Hard to do in 6 seconds.
Yeah, and they stop the clock. You can't get the field goal team out in enough time to be able to, and you probably can't even get upset fast enough to be able to spike the ball.
Just a reminder, USC will get the ball to start the second half. And the Wolverines, now remember this about SC, if they do go Hail Mary, they got Deuce Robinson, who's 6'6".
Yeah. Jacoby Lane, 6'4".
Yeah. The Wolverines look like they're waiting for a Hail Mary. They will give up a short pass to the sideline.
The tall guys, I would like for them to press them at the line of scrimmage so they can't get down there.
Well, they're not doing that.
I know.
Michigan showing a 5-man front. Moss in a shotgun. They'll bring 5. Back to pass. He's in trouble. And he's wrapped up, and Kenneth Grant will take him to the ground. The final play of the first half. And Moss is buried by Kenneth Grant, and he is slow to get up. And that will take us to the intermission.
Moss is like the offensive line. You guys are idiots.
Yeah, well, that offensive line was using a spatula to scrape him off the ground, try and prop him up.
Wow.
That is a big body falling on top of Miller Moss. Now, I think he might have got away with a face mask.
Lots of football to be played here in Ann Arbor, but a first half, I don't know if you could have scripted it any better for Michigan. Running the football and playing outstanding defense, forcing USC to look at long fields and try field goals when they did get into the red zone.
Yep, time of possession, protecting the football, and field position. And then when you have the ball, taking advantage of what you do best. This is a running team. This is a running program. It's a smash-mouth team, and they have embraced that and gotten after this defense of USC.
14-3, Michigan leads it. Halftime festivities are next, including analysis from our guy, Jack Miller, and we'll have scores from around the country. Jason Avant will have thoughts of Sharon Mortimer's team in the halftime locker room. Michigan leads it 14-3 in front of an energized, striped-out Big House here in Ann Arbor. You're listening to Michigan football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain. Football season is here, and like the national champs, we have unbeatable deals at Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor. Whether you're tailgating or heading to the stadium, Lexus of Ann Arbor has the perfect vehicle for every fan. Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor is all about performance, precision, and excellence, just like the Wolverines. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, our winning team can help you drive like a champion. Stop by Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor, proud partner of Michigan Athletics, or get started today at lexusofannarbor.com.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
A smooth, close Barbasol shave in the morning lifts your confidence. That rich, creamy lather will catapult you to greatness. Nothing can stop you today. Well, except that traffic jam. Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Grand Traverse Resort and Spa presents the 30-second radio hour.
Wow. Seeing the autumn leaves from way up here is spectacular.
Yep, the view's worth the climb if you find your true north.
Oh yeah, I think I see it.
No, that's a winery.
Yep, my true north.
Discover your true north moment amid the wonders of nature at Grand Traverse Resort and Spa.
So how long are we going to stay up here in this tree?
Ask the bear.
Grand Traverse Resort and Spa. No truer north.
Let's break down the first half of action. Welcome to the Halftime Show, driven by Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor, proud partner of University of Michigan Athletics. Online at lexusofannarbor.com. Analysis, highlights, and stats are on the way. Now, here's your host, Rob Joyce.
Couldn't have drawn up a better first half for Michigan. Halftime from the Big House. Wolverines lead USC 14-3 as we recap the opening 30 minutes. Wolverines on offense first with Alex Orji under center, his first career starting from the jump. Big decision from Sharon Moore. 4th and inches from its own 34. The offense goes for it, converts on a QB sneak, ultimately punts inside the 10, but kind of sets the tone for the rest of the first half on both sides of the offensive and defensive line for Michigan. It's pushing USC around. Similar situation later in the first quarter. USC 3-and-out, Michigan 3-and-out, USC 3-and-out. Wolverines again face 4th and 1. Under 5 minutes to go on their side of the field. This one closer to midfield. Still, they choose to go for it. Kalel Mullings barely gets it. Next play, he gets a lot more than 1 yard.
Orji takes the snap. Hand off to Mullings. Running up the middle. He's got a hole. 45-40. Kalel Mullings in the clear. Whoa, look at this. Outside the numbers to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Wolverines. Kalel Mullings takes it to the house. And Michigan leads 6-0. 53-yard lightning bolt from Kalel Mullings.
How about the speed from Mullings that opens the scoring? The defense follows it up with another 3-and-out, including a stop on 3rd and 1. In the first quarter, the Trojans had 3 yards of offense. Did pick up a first down early in the second, but just 1 before punting again. Then Michigan goes back to the ground game midway through the second, up 7-0. 5 rushes toward midfield. Then, if Kalel Mullings is thunder, you know Donovan Edwards is lightning.
Kalel now 7 carries, 71 yards, and a 53-yard touchdown. 1st and 10 Michigan from the USC 41-yard line. Hand off Donovan Edwards. Has a hole, 40, outside, 35-30. Donovan Edwards in the clear. Donovan Edwards will take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. Donovan Edwards, 41 yards, and Michigan leads it 13-0.
Midway through the second, after the extra point, it's 14-0 behind the run game. 27 carries, 199 yards, those 2 touchdowns, an average of nearly 7.5 yards per carry. Orji didn't have to do a whole lot through the air. 4 of 7 passing for 21 yards. Trojans, to this point, nothing going on either side. Would finally get a spark on 3rd and 11 near midfield on the ensuing drive. Gets a 42-yard completion down to the 10. Ultimately, though, have to settle for a field goal to get on the board. Michigan would punt, pin USC deep again inside of 2 minutes. Trojans would drive, get inside Michigan territory late, but ultimately run out of time. An attempted heave to the end zone doesn't even leave with an attempted pass as Kenneth Grant ends the first half with a sack, and Michigan goes into the locker room up 14-3, outgaining USC 220-118, but dominates the time of possession over 18 minutes to under 12 for USC, and USC's pretty much abandoned the ground game. 8 attempts for negative 16 yards. If you take away the 2 Michigan sacks, it is 6 carries for 5 yards for USC on attempted rushes in the first half. Today's halftime show driven by Jermaine Lexus of Ann Arbor, proud partner of University of Michigan Athletics, lexusofannarbor.com. We'll take a timeout, come back, tell you what else is going on around the Big Ten and Top 25. Busy Saturday, it's next. You're listening to Michigan Football from Learfield.
You just slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need, and will be ready to help for the next 85 years.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Corn breaks a tackle to the 10, to the 5, Blake Corum to the end zone.
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Bogut Financial Group is the proud wealth management partner of Michigan Athletics. The 3rd annual Night Out at the Big House on September 12th sold out, but due to increased demand, another date is scheduled for Thursday, October 3rd. Learn strategies for managing the risks of retirement and enjoy complimentary dinner and drinks, door prizes, and exclusive access to tour Michigan Stadium. Just go to mgoblue.com/Big House to sign up. That's mgoblue.com/Big House. Limited seats are available.
Leave
those cooler fall temps behind and escape to the islands, beaches, and neighborhoods of Fort Myers in beautiful Southwest Florida. Celebrate Thanksgiving with college basketball and support your Wolverines at the Fort Myers Tip-Off. See who will own the fort November 25th to the 27th. Between games, visit nature preserves, check out the craft brewery scene, and get out on the water. Or just relax on the beach under the Fort Myers sunshine. Direct flights arrive daily at Southwest Florida International Airport. Plan your trip at visitfortmyers.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Michigan. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Michigan and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of Michigan.
Michigan leads USC 14-3 at the halftime. For another check of the out-of-town scoreboard. Big Ten, 3 games underway, starting in Baton Rouge. UCLA hanging in there with number 16 LSU at 17-10 Tigers. Under 30 seconds to go until halftime. UCLA has first and goal at the 1, trying to tie things up against the Bayou Bengals. Elsewhere, Rutgers on the road leads at Virginia Tech 16-7 at the break, and Penn State all over Kent State at halftime 28-0, 250 yards passing, 2 touchdowns in the first half alone for Drew Aller. Earlier today, Ohio State no issues with Marshall 49-14. Quishon Judkins 173 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing in the win. Indiana stayed perfect, ease past Charlotte 52-14. Maryland handled Villanova out of the FCS ranks 38-20. Still to come, 4 games, all with staggered start times, all tonight. Washington, its conference debut against Northwestern in Seattle at 7. Minnesota hosts Iowa at 7:30. And then a couple of non-conference road games. You have Michigan State at Boston College at 8 o'clock. Spartans 3-0 to start the year. And then Purdue rounds out the night in Corvallis against Oregon State at 8:30. So that's the day in the Big Ten. Time now to look nationally at the top 25, brought to you by Pioneer State Mutual Insurance. A lot going on right now. We'll quickly run through it. A surprise in the SEC. Number 7 Missouri trails at home to Vanderbilt. 10-7 Commodores lead. 4:30 to go in the first half there. Number 12, Utah leads at 14th-ranked Oklahoma State 10-3. Utah without starting quarterback Cam Rising. Isaac Wilson getting the start because of an injury. However, the Utes have the lead with 4:20 to go in the second quarter there. Number 17, Notre Dame leads Miami, Ohio 14-3 at the half. 19th-ranked Louisville with a 17-14 edge at home against Georgia Tech at the half. Number 20, Iowa State all over Arkansas State. In fact, that game just went final a few minutes ago, 52-7. And 23rd ranked Northern Illinois. Yes, the Huskies are ranked, leading Buffalo 14-3 at the half. Notable to come tonight, number 15 Oklahoma, its SEC debut, welcoming in 6th ranked Tennessee at 7:30. That top 25 scoreboard brought to you by Pioneer State Mutual Insurance, a Michigan tradition since 1908. Again, 30 minutes complete. Michigan with a 14-3 lead. Jason, Jack, and I break down the first half, and we return as you listen to Michigan football from Learfield.
With the enhanced engine performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated Tri-Clean gas from Citgo, you're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping? To your Tuesday night bowling league?
Woo! That's a turkeys.
Good to go try your luck at bingo.
G32.
Good to go to a lumberjack competition.
I'm gonna move my car.
New top-tier Tri-Clean gas from Citgo. The most advanced fuel we've ever made. Now you're good to go.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Intercepted by Charles Woodson. Polish off the Heisman.
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain. Football season is here, and like the national champs, we have unbeatable deals at Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor. Whether you're tailgating or heading to the stadium, Lexus of Ann Arbor has the perfect vehicle for every fan. Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor is all about performance, precision, and excellence, just like the Wolverines. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, our winning team can help you drive like a champion. Stop by Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor, proud partner of Michigan Athletics, or get started today at lexusofannarbor.com.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's winds blowing across a fruited plain, and also your new fire pit, which subsequently sets your gazebo ablaze. It's hard-hitting football, and an even harder-hitting price estimate from your general contractor. That's a star-spangled bummer. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
LexusofAnnArbor.com. Rob Joyce joined by Jack Miller and Jason Avant. Guys, not sure Sharon Moore, Kirk Campbell, and the offensive staff could have possibly scripted a better first half. Jason, we'll start with you. A lot of talk about the offense coming in. Last week, it seemed that running game turned a corner against Arkansas State. You might say, all right, well, it's Arkansas State. Step up in competition today. That run game, that offensive line doing whatever they want.
Oh, they're doing a great job. And, coming into the game, most of the national media, everyone outside of the Michigan football program expected USC to dominate this game, and Michigan took offense to that. Now offensive line is road grading guys. Khalil Mullins is moving a pile, and Donovan Edwards had a long run. So when you get the offensive line playing this well, it's going to be very, very tough to beat this game. But we still have to do better than 21 yards passing. We have to get another big play to get over 100 yards passing, and that'll be enough to win this ball game. But you can't say enough about the defensive line and the offensive line controlling the trenches.
Yeah, Jason, I agree with you. I think you take one bite of the apple at a time, and that's running the ball, get that going. They were able to do that today. Look, we have a bunch of new faces on that offense, the defense, and the coaches. And so then everyone acts surprised that it's taken a little bit of time for us to gel and find a way to come together. The offensive line, but give Max Bredesen credit, give Marlon Klein credit, give the running backs credit. They seem to be in sync. They're more patient. The play is coming together a little bit easier. They're running hard. They're running angry. And they're running the ball really effectively. Alex Orji being back there, too, the running threat that he is, that's much different for a defense to have to game plan against. And we can open some things up and get creative that we weren't able to do before by virtue of the fact that your quarterback can run and he is a threat doing that. I agree, Jason. We're going to have to find ways to get a little more effective throwing the ball. But if you can control the line of scrimmage like that on both sides, offensive and defensive line, and control the clock, time of possession, go down and get touchdowns out of it, it's hard to beat anyone.
Yeah, it's a receiver's dream right now. It's one-on-one coverage all the time outside. Just throw one up to him.
Yeah, Michigan over 18 minutes time of possession in that first half, 199 yards rushing, did just 21 yards passing. But other side of the ball, you talk about the offensive line. How about this defensive line? USC got a couple of drives going late. Miller Moss, nice third down connection, the big hookup for 42 yards that set up the field goal, but he has no room to breathe.
No room to breathe at all, because this offense is predicated on gadgets and, outflanking a guy and the numbers and all that stuff. It's not built on being tough. And this is not a tiaras and tulip type of game. This is not that type of game. You're not like twinkling through the pastures out here. This is the Big Ten. We come to hit you in the mouth, and the defensive line has set the tone with their offensive line, letting them know, hey, buddies, we don't care about all that gadget stuff. You have to line up and play every down against us, and I don't know if you want to do that.
It's been a physical game, no doubt about it. The defensive line looks good. I think that the secondary looks good, too. They're all over wide receivers. You're not seeing a lot of open receivers downfield. They're not finding time to develop those routes. It's a physical game right now, and this is the way Michigan wanted it. We said we questioned the last couple years, can these West Coast schools come into the real Big Ten and play football? I'm going to tell you right now, through 2 quarters, they don't want any part of it. We're dominating the line of scrimmage. We're being the more violent, physical football team. If we keep that up, we're going to have a shot to beat anybody, but both sides of the ball are doing it. They seem to communicate. Jason, there seems to be an energy with the team today. I don't know what it is, but there's just an energy in the stadium right now. These guys came out confident, prepared. You can see how well they were prepared. Now they got to go in, make a few executions, and get right for the second half.
Yeah, their energy has been infectious to the crowd, because the crowd at the beginning of the game seemed a little bit uncertain. But now everyone's into this game because of the way the team came out.
Guys, we got a little over a minute. What do you want to see here in the second half? USC will start the third with the ball.
Well, the only thing I want to see is an offensive big play when it comes to the passing game. Keep the running game going, but we're going to need an outside receiver to make a play in this half in order to win this ball game, and I'm sure Jack would like to see that as well.
I like that. We got to tackle a little bit better. I think that's the one thing that's hurt this defense. They haven't tackled incredibly well. They got to tackle, get all 11 hats to the ball, wrap the guy up. They do that. The defense will be all right.
Could this possibly be a replication of last year's Penn State game where Michigan had, one pass attempt in the second half?
Just win, baby, win.
All right, fair enough. That's today's halftime show, driven by Jermaine Lexus of Ann Arbor, proud partner of University of Michigan Athletics, LexusofAnnArbor.com. Wolverines have a 14-3 lead through 30 minutes of play in the Big Ten opener for the back-to-back-to-back Big Ten champs. First half good, trying to close things out in half number 2. This has been the Halftime Show driven by Jermaine and Alexis of Ann Arbor. We'll take a timeout, come back. Doug, John, and Jason will bring you the second half with the Wolverines up by 11 as you listen to Michigan football from Learfield.
U of M football at the Big House is brought to you in part by AbsoPure, the official bottled water of Michigan athletics. Stay hydrated all season long in the stands or on the go with AbsoPure all-natural spring water. Find AbsoPure in retailers across Michigan or have water delivered direct to your home or office with their convenient delivery service. Hydrate like a Wolverine with AbsoPure, the official bottled water of Michigan athletics. Visit absopure.com/go blue or call 800-4-ABSOPURE to learn more.
The Wolverines smash here on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Just like your favorite sports team, you need a solid defense to protect your home and business. Whether you're tackling unexpected accidents, fouls, or fumbles, Heartland Insurance Agency and Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance are on your team. Visit Heartland Insurance Agency today at www.heartlandinsurance.com. That's www.heartlandinsurance.com.
When you travel, they always say, get a room with a view. And there's no better way to travel than in a roomy new Toyota. Like the family-size Highlander with room for up to 8. Now through September 30th, you can lease a Highlander XLE all-wheel drive for $489 a month for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Wolverines, Trojans, the Big Ten opener is on the air. And today's broadcast is presented by Meijer, presenting sponsor of the 2024 Michigan football season and proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. For more, let's return to Doug and John.
What a first half by Michigan. They lead USC here 14-3, but that guy on the other sideline, one of the best offensive coaches in the game, and Lincoln Riley, the passing attack at SC, talented group of wide receivers. They can put points up in a hurry, but the way the Michigan defense is playing, they are not making it easy on the Trojans. Welcome back to the game, brought to you by Founders Brewing Company. John Jansen, what stood out to you first half?
It's the pressure on Miller Moss. We could talk about the run game offensively, and we will in just a minute, but you come into this game knowing that the defense is going to have to allow the offense time and field position, opportunity. They have come out knowing that they've got a number of different weapons to throw the ball to. They want to go downfield. They want to be dynamic. They want to be explosive. And it is the constant pressure and different looks in the secondary. Now, I'm not a huge fan of some of Wink's blitzes and some of the timing of them, but today it's been very successful of keeping Miller Moss guessing of what's going downfield. And honestly, one of the best play callers, you just mentioned it, Lincoln Riley, it's kind of got him guessing.
Now, welcome back to the game, brought to you by Founders Brewing Company. It's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. Welcome to Craft. Down on the field, Jason Avance. Sharon Moore addressed his team in the locker room. What was the tenor of the talk?
To the offense, strain in the run game. There were 2 big plays, but there are more out there. Let's wear them out, lean on them, squeeze the life out of this team. Running backs, keep running strong and look for cutback lanes. For the defense, know where Branch is. He's where Moss is looking. Control the line of scrimmage. Keep getting hands up. We're going to get a turnover. And to the team, 30 minutes. Be more physical than them, and it's paying dividends. Make a statement on the first drive for the defense.
Yeah, Branch has 8 targets in their 20 passing attempts. Tommy Doman will kick off from right to left, and the third quarter is underway as this one will sail to Branch and over his head and into the end zone, and USC will take over at the 25-yard line. Long fields. They've been looking at long fields all day. The Michigan offense they've taken care of the football. They have taken care of the football. The defense has helped as well, forcing quick punts and getting the offense shorter fields.
Yeah, and the 25-yard line, this is the third time now that USC has started. That has been their best field position all day long, and every time Michigan has started here, they've been able to push them backwards.
Question is Miller Moss. He took a bunch of hits in that first half, and he will be in a shotgun here to start the second half. USC with 2 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. They got 2 guys split to the left. Moss takes the snap, is going to roll out to his right. Now look back left, fire over the middle, and it's broken up. Tipped at the line of scrimmage. He had a receiver on a crossing route. It was Kyron Hudson, but one of the Wolverines got a big paw up there and broke up the pass. Second down.
Yeah, and that was that same side that you were talking about. Only one defensive back over there. That's an easy pitch and catch if there's not a deflection at the line of scrimmage, and that was going to go for some yardage.
And that was Kenneth Grant, who's having a heck of a football game. The Wolverines, they got some guys that are getting first-round looks, and they're putting some stuff on tape today. Second down and 10 for the Trojans. Early third quarter, 14-3, Michigan on top. Moss in a shotgun, takes the snap. Hand off to Marks, running left, makes a man miss. 35-yard line, spins out of a tackle out to the 37-yard line. Woody Marks brought down by Quentin Johnson. USC is still underwater, a rushing attack. Through the first half, they were negative 16 rushing yards.
Yeah, and you had both linebackers on that one. Barham on the left, just a little bit over-aggressive and attacking the line of scrimmage. Ernest Hausman on the other. That opened up the big hole in the middle.
First and 10 for the Trojans from their own 37-yard line. Moss in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Fakes a handoff to Marks. Now he's going to fire to Marks out of the backfield. He caught it. 40 and steps out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Give him 5 yards. Check that 4. They mark him at the 41. TJ Guy chased him out.
He's a huge weapon out of the backfield. I mean, when you think about what he's been able to do in his college career, now 48 games in a row that he's caught a pass.
83 catches one year as a running back. That was under Mike Leach at Mississippi State.
But the fact of the matter is they're all short passes. Nothing has been downfield.
Second down and 6 for the Trojans. They trail it 14-3 here at the Big House, have the ball on their own 41-yard line. Moss in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Play action, back to pass over the middle, looking for his tight end, sailed it over the middle. Quentin Johnson ranging over from his safety spot. Had his eye on that one before it fell incomplete.
Yep, we've seen a tip. Now we've seen an overthrow.
And now we see a third down.
Yep, and this is where when Sharon comes out and the message at halftime is you've got to find a way to get a turnover. Tips and overthrows, those are the ones where, hey, that ball is up for grabs. A Michigan defender needs to come up with it at some point.
Feels like a big play early in the second half. Third down and 6 for the Trojans. They got to get the ball across the Michigan, their own 47-yard line. From the 41, Moss in an empty backfield. Back to pass, looking right. Now looks the other direction, fires, and it's caught in Michigan territory in front of Will Johnson. That was Kyron Hudson at the 45-yard line. Moved the chains for the Trojans.
Yeah, nice catch, nice throw. And I wish Josiah Stewart was on the rush there. Little stutter step. If he doesn't take that, he gets in on the quarterback.
Moss quickly fires to his tight end who gets chopped down. That was Jair Hill, and it's Lake McCree losing yardage there, the tight end, and he's slow to get up. And he won't get up as he tries to and then falls flat on his back. And what an aggressive play there from Jair Hill.
Wow.
That was right on the knee.
Yeah, he didn't even have time to protect himself. He turned around and Jair Hill was right there to chop him down.
That's the result of the targeting calls. You go lower.
Well, we've seen that in the NFL as well, where you have, guys are going low, and now instead of head injuries, you're getting blown knees.
Yeah, especially in that situation, I would rather get hit up high than low in that situation because I have no chance to respond and no chance to react.
As they address McCree on the field, we'll take a timeout with Michigan leading 14-3, 12:58 to go third quarter. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Pioneer State Mutual has been insuring Michigan for over 100 years. And as a Michigan-only company, we're focused on helping our neighbors with over 230 agents statewide. You get all the benefits offered by the national companies with the convenience of an agent who works nearby. If you're ready to make a change, visit insuringmichigan.com to quote your auto or renter's insurance today. And feel confident knowing you'll also have a local agent who can answer your questions. Pioneer State Mutual, insuring Michigan since 1908.
Hey, Michigan, let's go big. I'm Herman Moore, Lions All-Pro wide receiver, and I'm talking real big-time winning on the hottest slots and table games on one incredible app. Eagle Casino and Sports.
Sign up now and get up to $1,500. That's right. We'll match your deposit for up to $1,500, and you'll get 100 free spins.
Eagle Casino and Sports. Made in Michigan, made for Michigan.
Must be 21 or older and in Michigan to play.
Wolverine fans, it's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, your official craft beer of University of Michigan Athletics, has the perfect beer for you with their Michigan Pilsner, crafted with only the best locally sourced Michigan hops and the highest quality ingredients to deliver a smooth, crisp taste. Upgrade your game day traditions with their quintessential, easy-drinking Michigan Pilsner. Founders Brewing Company, proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. Welcome to Craft.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear. Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
When life gets real, start at Kohl's, where they've lowered prices on thousands of items your family needs for whatever life brings. Kohl's, where families come first. Out of the timeout, USC's got it, second down and 12 from the Michigan 47-yard line. Wolverines on top, 14-3 here at the Big House. Miller Moss in a shotgun. Michigan showing a four-man front. Moss claps his hands, looks to the sidelines. McCree, by the way, made his way to the sideline during that timeout on his own power. Cade Eldridge now in there at tight end, a freshman. Now they've got the play. Moss takes the snap. Back to pass, looking down the middle. Fires underneath to his running back, and chopped down at the 41-yard line is Quinton Joyner by Jayshawn Barham. And that'll set up a third down at about 5 for the Trojans.
Nice job of the Michigan defense covering everything deep. It was good protection by USC. They wanted to go downtown. There's just nothing available, so they're forced to dump it off to their running back.
Inside and in front, another big third down. It's probably 4 down territories. This is outside of Lance's field goal range. Back to pass is Moss, looking left. Blitz picked up, fires far side. He's got his man at the 31 and down to the 25-yard line. First down for the Trojans. Kyle Ford out there, a transfer from UCLA, chased out by Jair Hill. First down, gain of 16.
Got to be some type of miscommunication out there. You lose track of one of the better receivers, Kyron Hudson. 3 defenders on that side of the field, but nobody had eyes on Hudson.
Well, this is where the Wolverine defense, we talked about it pregame, you need to stiffen and force field goal attempts. Michigan on top, 14-3. USC with the football at the Michigan 26-yard line. First possession of the second half, 11:23 to go third quarter. Moss in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking, fires. He's got his man at the 15, right at the sticks. He's got a first down to the 14-yard line.
USC is starting the second half here with much better pass protection.
Yeah.
They're keeping a running back in. They're chipping on Josiah Stewart every time right now. That means, Derek Moore, it's your time.
Zachariah Branch on the catch, gain of 12. Now USC's in the red zone. Michigan forced a field goal the last time USC was down here. That was at the northern end zone. Now they're at the southern end zone. First and 10 from the 14-yard line. Moss has the snap. Handoff, running left. It's the running back Joyner. No, check that Marks. And he gets maybe 2 before Josiah Stewart drags him down.
Well, they're starting to move the defensive front a little bit. Josiah Stewart pinching on that. Brought him inside. Was able to recover to make a play. This is one of the things that's been really good today about this Michigan defense is their ability to recover. They're taking some gambles. We talked about it in the first half by bringing a safety in the run game. You start moving that defensive front, you got to make sure everybody's on the same page with the linebackers.
5 defensive backs on the field for Michigan. Moss looks like he wants to change the play, barking a command. Play clock's at 3. They're going to have to hurry. Now it's at 1, and he's going to have to burn a timeout.
Beautiful.
They subbed late. Michigan took their time subbing in, and then USC tried to change the play, and they ran out of time.
I mean, let's go back to the very first drive of the game when USC had that same opportunity. They sprint guys on, and Michigan would have been forced to use a timeout. Now, all of a sudden, we're in the second half. Michigan takes advantage.
Yeah.
And you've got a team that's down by 2 scores taking a timeout early in the second half.
We'll take a timeout with them with Michigan leading 14-3, but USC knocking on the door here at the Big House. 9:49 to go, third quarter. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Champion Circle is the preeminent name, image, and likeness collective supporting University of Michigan student athletes. Help Champion Circle empower Wolverines student athletes through NIL by joining the Everybody In for Michigan campaign. Our goal is to reach over 100,000 Michigan fans to help ensure that Michigan remains at the forefront of college athletics. For more on the Everybody In for Michigan campaign, head to championscircleufm.com. Champions Circle, proud partner of University of Michigan Athletics.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Donovan Edwards throwing deep down the sideline. He's got a receiver wide open. It's a house call for Michigan.
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Here's Charles Woodson, Michigan legend.
As a young man, I gave my all to the Wolverines, making history, earning a Heisman Trophy, and now I'm back. Introducing Woodson Whiskey, the first spirit sponsor in school history, crafted with the same passion and excellence that defined my career. Woodson Bourbon Whiskey, where legacy meets excellence. Go blue and go Woodson Whiskey. Cheers, and please drink responsibly.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards going to see your favorite team in the playoffs. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can go see your favorite team in the playoffs. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but we cannot guarantee that your favorite team will make the playoffs or even finish with a winning record. They could easily lose more than half their games and finish in the cellar because they stink badly and haven't made the playoffs in years. Savings, very possible. Playoffs, highly doubtful. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates, not available in all states. We cannot be held liable for your favorite team's terrible and frankly embarrassing performances now or ever.
14-3, Michigan on top of USC here at the Big House. Early third quarter. Foguth Financial Group is the proud wealth management partner of Michigan Athletics. To celebrate, they're inviting retirees and pre-retirees to attend their night out at the Big House on Thursday, October 3rd. Visit mgoblue.com/bighouse for details. Second down and 8 here for USC.
You got to believe on this drive here that Lincoln Riley at halftime told Miller Moss, told the offensive line, hey, just give us a little bit of time and be patient. Be okay with some of the checkdowns. You're not going to be able to hold on to the ball for very long. So we've seen dump downs to running backs. We saw that with quick pass to the tight end.
Be a good time for a sack here. Moss has been pretty clean here in the second half so far. He's got 3 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. In the backfield is Marks. Moss has the snap, looks to his right, now back to his left, fires underneath, caught and immediately dropped at the 9-yard line, just inside the 10 by Quentin Johnson is his receiver, and that looked like Hudson again.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to look for something in the end zone. Michigan's taking everything away, and the further down you get, the tighter things get. There's 22 bodies in a much smaller spot.
3rd and 5 for the Trojans, just inside the 10-yard line. Big play here. Michigan showing a 5-man front. Now they back out of it. Moss at a shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking to his left. All kinds of time. Now he's going to fire back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Deuce Robinson. Too much time there for Miller Moss. And Robinson got free in the back of that southern end zone and caught for a touchdown pass for the Trojans.
John, it's a critical 3rd down. I'm standing here looking at Josiah Stewart and Derek Moore on the sideline. It's a tough situation for those young guys in that situation.
It is, especially coming out of a timeout. You think legs are fresh. They got the big boys in the middle, and you want to be able to have your best pass rushers on the field at that time. It's like pulling Will Johnson out.
Lance is on for the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is also good. And 14-10. You know at the half, Lincoln Riley told his team,
got to respond.
First drive,
yep.
Let's go get some points, and they did. With 9:10 to go here in the third quarter, following a 12-play, 75-yard drive over 5 minutes and 50 seconds, the Trojans have their first touchdown of the game. Michigan leading at 14-10 here at the Big House. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up.
Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, exclusive freight partner of Michigan Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
If your day sounds like,
we need the report ASAP,
you deserve Modelo. If you've persevered through, you deserve this rich golden lager with a crisp but refreshing taste. Or if you overcame,
2 more reps, 2 more.
You deserve this ice-cold reward. Modelo, Remarkable Fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude. Gets up when they fall down and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness or disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Help us get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact. All in, all together.
The Wolverines kick off Big Ten play in style by welcoming new league member USC to the Big House. Today's broadcast is presented by Meijer, presenting sponsor of the 2024 Michigan football season and proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest.
No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM Big Ten Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis. From the offseason through the regular season and into the postseason, we've got you covered. Anywhere you go, get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/Big Ten Radio 2024. 14-10, Michigan on top here. 9:10 to go third quarter. Deep for the Wolverines, Tavier Dunlop and Keyshawn Harris. Field this kick from Michael Lance. USC responded their first drive of the second half. Will Michigan respond to that Trojan drive, as this one will sail out of the back of the end zone, and the Wolverines will take over on the 25-yard line.
Yeah, this is that chance for Michigan not to get the ball in the second half, is show that you're not going to take your foot off the gas. Don't deviate from the game plan. Don't start doing things that aren't characteristic of this offense. And all we have right now is a one-half example of what this offense can be. Now you got to be able to put two halves together.
Kalel Mullings rushed for 72 yards in the first half. Donovan Edwards, 65. Michigan getting it done on the ground. Under center is Alex Orji. Mullings alone running back. Orji rolls out to his right. He's going to throw. Fires to Mullings, and he's going to spin out of one tackle. But here come the rest of the Trojans, and he will be dropped for, if anything, a short gain. Jacoby Covington leading the way for the Trojans. They give him one.
Felt like there might have been a little bit of a miscommunication. The fake was to a fake to no one, and there wasn't anybody coming on a blitz. And then all of a sudden, he throws the ball out to Kalel Mullins. If you follow through on that fake, you might draw that defender up a little quicker, or at least the secondary, and be able to dump something down the field.
2nd down and 9 for Michigan, pistol formation. Orji in a shotgun, brings a man in motion, takes the snap. We'll go quarterback run to the right. Gets the corner, 30, and knocked out of bounds right there. And right into the SC bench. There is no flag. There's Covington coming over. And
it seemed a little aggressive out of bounds.
Yeah, I see the replay. I think Orji was in the green, but slow to get up. And Wolverines will be looking at a 3rd down and 5. That ball is spotted right at the 30-yard line. They got to get it across the 35.
Well, what I'd really like to see is Marlon Klein, when you have a receiver out there who's already making a block, look inside. don't block the same guy. C.J. Charleston was in position to make a block. Look inside, see if you can pick somebody off.
2 tight ends now for Michigan. Shotgun for Orji on this critical 3rd and 5. USC brings a blitz. Orji's going to step up, and down he goes. USC brought an extra rusher, and Eric Gentry got home. The outstanding linebacker, we've called his name a lot. A loss of 6. And as much as the first half was a perfect script for Michigan, the second half so far is exactly what USC would have wanted. A touchdown drive followed by a 3-and-out.
Yeah, and I don't know if Alex Orji saw Mason Cobb, who was lined up in an off-the-ball linebacker position. At the snap of the ball, he walked over and came off the right offense's right side, right where Alex Orji should be looking. I just don't think he saw him.
Tommy Doman standing inside his own 10-yard line. Zachariah Branch on his own 32. Doman gets off a good one as Branch is backing up inside the 30 and makes a catch right in front of his bench. Coming the other direction, 30. Gets outside, running towards the Michigan sideline, and the Wolverines will corral him and chase him out of bounds. Close to the 35. They'll mark him at the 34-yard line, and that's where the Trojans will take over with Michigan on top 14-10 here and 6:55 to go. 49-yard punt by Tommy Doman. Let's go to the update desk for a check of the scoreboard and our Rob Joyce. Rob?
Thanks, Doug. This Big Ten scoreboard update brought to you by Abso Pure Water. Hydrate like a Wolverine with Abso Pure, the official bottled water of Michigan Athletics. 3 games in progress right now in the conference. UCLA and a good one at LSU. 10:20 to go in the third. All tied at 17. LSU with the ball near midfield. Rutgers all over Virginia Tech in Blacksburg. 23-7 Scarlet Knights with 6 minutes to go in the third. And Penn State is blanking Kent State 42-0 Nittany Lions. 5 minutes to go in quarter 3. Earlier today, Ohio State no issues with Marshall 49-14. Indiana stayed perfect, easing past Charlotte 52-14. And Maryland took care of business against FCS Villanova 38-20. So to come, 4 games, all with staggered start times. At 7, it's Washington's Big Ten debut, hosting Northwestern. Minnesota welcoming in Iowa at 7:30. 8 o'clock, Michigan State's on the road at Boston College. 8:30, Purdue also on the road in Corvallis against Oregon State. And one non-football score of note, Tigers and Orioles. Baltimore just tied the game at 2, bottom of the 6th. Detroit starts today a game behind the Twins for the final wildcard spot in the American League. Minnesota was rained out in Boston. We'll play a doubleheader tomorrow, so Detroit will either lose or gain a half game. We'll get back to the Big House in a second. We'll give you a check of scores of the SeatGeek postgame show as well. But first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan football from Learfield. Highlights, scores, stats, postgame reaction, all coming on the SeatGeek postgame show. For now, back to the Big House, guys.
That first drive of the second half, John, not enough pressure on Miller Moss, who went 8 of 10 for 61 yards. This is a USC kid through and through, Miller Moss. He went to Matt Leinert's football camp when he was 7 years old, and he sat patiently behind Caleb Williams, didn't leave. But now it's his show, and he looked very good on that first drive of the second half. And he took a beating in the first half. Yeah, and so they've got to find a way to continue to put pressure on him. And you've got to do it with the 4 or 5 that you're bringing from up front. You can add in Jay-Sean Barnum or Ernest Hausman, but you don't want to start taking all these gambles with bringing Makari Page. That was the gamble in the first half that didn't pay it off. And just be what you've been doing and win up front, but especially win on first down. That's where this Michigan defense was so good in the first half, is being able to win on first down. All right, out of the timeout, Michigan shows a 4-man front. Moss has 1 receiver split to the right, 2 to the left now. And a shotgun, 1st and 10 from his own 34-yard line. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Here comes the rush, and USC's going to go screen to Marks, 35, 40, and he gets hit right at the 40-yard line and dropped. Right there is the back out of the backfield. Quentin Johnson with the tackle, gain of 6 on first down. Obviously, you'd like where the quarterback is looking. That's the edge rusher that you would like to notice that, hey, this is a screen, pull up, you're not going to get home. Try and peel off and make a play on that running back, and that was Josiah Stewart that just kept coming. Wolverines get an extra defensive back on the field here on this 2nd down and 4. USC with 3 receivers to the short side, 1 to the boundary side. Moss takes the snap, fires, wide receiver screen. He's got Branch, who will be held short of the first down, knocked out of bounds 41-yard line by Zeke Berry. It'll be third down and a long 3 for the Trojans here.
I like what Zeke Berry is doing on those wide receiver screens, taking charge and taking on that block, driving them back so there's not much room, or at least making the decision really hard on that wide receiver.
Big third down here for the Trojans. They got to get across their own 44-yard line. Ball at the 41. Moss in a shotgun, 4 wide here. And now he wants to talk things over, looks to the sideline, barks and commands at his offensive line. 6 on the play clock, back in a shotgun. Has the snap, back to pass, looking left, fire, picked off! Will Johnson going the other direction! He will score! Touchdown, Wolverines! It's that guy again, number 2, the All-American, Will Johnson, and Michigan gets a huge play from the defense.
I think we could all see that one coming. Jason, I know you saw it. He was just waiting for that same pass to be thrown.
I wish you would do it one more time. There's a parent with the belt. I wish you would do it again.
42 yards on the return. Give that man the turnover buffs. And Michigan extends the lead to 20-10. Zavada on for the extra point. Snap is clean. Hold is down. The kick is blocked.
Oh.
Trojans blocked the kick. It was low. And at one point, that could be an issue, but we'll take the 6 on the pick 6 by Will Johnson. I mean, that was the other side of the field, going the same direction as his pick 6 against Fresno, but a very similar look. Just not quite as long.
Yeah, no, not quite as long. Didn't take him as long to get to the end zone, but you love the fact that he read that one from the get-go. He knew exactly where it was going, and this is, again, what we're seeing from this USC offense. What was the last time they made a play, other than that 2-minute drive at the end of the first half where they're trying to put something together? Every single pass is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, and Will Johnson just said, you know what, I'm going to take the gamble that they're not going to go deep. He read it, saw it, and hit it absolutely in stride. What a perfect play. And that kick by Dominic Zavada, that one is disappointing. He struck it wrong, and it just came out low.
Yeah, me and Jack were just talking about that. I think it was a bad hold, which caused him to have a low kick.
Well, that Wolverine touchdown brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. 20-10, Michigan on top. 5:26 to go, third quarter. Doman approaches the football and will put his foot into it, and Zachariah Branch will field it at the goal line. Fair catch, and USC will take over at the 25-yard line. Will Johnson, his second pick 6 of the year. Last year for Christmas, Will got a guitar. And he can play one song, apparently.
Yeah, and it is?
Seven Nation Army.
I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, we'll have to ask.
The Will Johnson version.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's you love
I think he's a better defensive back than he is a guitar player.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's only been since Christmas. What do you expect? How many songs do you know on the guitar?
I know none.
And now he's out of the game now.
Well, the Wolverines with Jair Hill at one corner and Amir Hall at the other. Moss in a shotgun from his own 25-yard line. 5:26 to go, third quarter. Michigan up 20-10. Moss takes the snap, handoff to Marks. Lots of room up the middle across the 30 and dragged down from behind by Jimmy Rolder. A gain of 8 on first down for Woody Marks.
Well, up until that run, they'd run for -2 yards throughout the course of the game. And this Michigan defense, they're not doing anything except rushing the passer. So even though you know, 9 times out of 10 right now, USC's going to be throwing the ball, you still have to be alert. They may actually hand the ball off on the rare occasion.
Second down and 2 for the Trojans from their own 33-yard line. Wolverines with 6 men up front. Back to pass is Miller Moss. Looking, going to take a shot down the far sideline, incomplete. Looking for his guy, Deuce Robinson, in Michigan territory. Overthrew him, Amir Hall in coverage. It'll be third down and 2.
A nice job of Amir Hall of taking on the receiver, not letting him off the line of scrimmage easily or when they made contact, and sticking with them. he was in great position to make a play on the ball if that ball had been catchable.
Big play here for the Trojans.
Yeah, big third down. We have a lot of backups on the field in this situation.
I'll see if those guys can make a play on 3rd down and 2. Moss in a shotgun. He's got Marks off his left hip, and he'll hand it to him running, and he's got the first down up the middle and a lot of room. 45, 50. Now he's a flight risk. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and dragged down inside the 5-yard line by Jair Hill.
I still contend that Michigan's defense up front, they are rushing the passer every single time, and you cannot ignore, even though it's a rare occasion, if you're rushing the passer and you open up, you do the offensive lineman's job for you when you pick a side.
1st and goal for SC from the 3-yard line. They had too many men on the field. They run somebody off. Moss in a shotgun. We got Quentin Joyner in the backfield now. Moss takes the snap. Looked like movement. Up the middle is Joyner into the end zone, but a flag. It was blown dead, and I believe we're going to have a false start.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Back him up 5 yards. Will Johnson's 3rd career pick 6. That is a Michigan career record.
And I don't even think he's close to being done.
Ball at the 7-yard line now. 1st and goal for the Trojans following the false start penalty. They continue with Joyner in the backfield. Mark's getting a breather after that 65-yard run. Moss has the snap, handoff to Joyner, looking for room, not much there, and he's dragged down as he gets to the 6-yard line by Mason Graham and Jashawn Barham.
A great job by the middle of that Michigan defense of pushing that USC defense right into the backfield. I tell you what, Derek Moore did a great job getting into the backfield, taking on a pulling tackle. That's not easy to do, and he's the one that stopped that play.
From the 6-yard line, 2nd down and goal for the Trojans. Michigan on top, 20-10. We're at the 2:50 mark, 3rd quarter. Moss in a shotgun, looks to his right. Now here comes the pass rush, bails out of there, throws back of the end zone, jump ball, incomplete, out of bounds. Michigan wanted a penalty. They thought USC had some movement on the right side of the line. No flag. Mason Graham was the man in Miller Moss's face there.
Yeah, number 77, their right guard. I'm right on the line. He definitely flinched.
It's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Fans getting into it here on a stripe-out Saturday at the Big House. Empty backfield for Miller Moss. 3 receivers split to the left, 2 to the right. Ball is on the right hash. Now they shift Woody Marks into the backfield. He's somebody to keep your eye on. Back to pass is Moss, looking to his left. Here comes the rush hit as he throws. The ball's out. It's picked up by Kenneth Grant going the other direction. 20, 25, and he's dragged down by Marks at the 30-yard line.
I think he took the ball back.
Did he get the ball back?
Well, first of all, we got to find out if
fumble recovered by the defense, subsequently fumbled, recovered by the offense. It's 1st and 10.
We're going to see a replay here. The ball, we're going to see if it's an incomplete pass first. It was a Josiah Stewart.
His arm's coming forward.
Yeah, you think it's going to be ruled incomplete?
Yeah.
Stewart got there.
The ruling of a fumble is under review.
Kenneth Grant fumbled. It was Woody Marks that came up with the football on the tackle. But first things first, was it an incomplete pass? And you think it was, John?
I think it was. His arm, to me, looked like it was coming forward when the ball came out of his hand.
This will be, either way, it's going to be either 4th down for SC from the 6, and they'll probably opt for 3 here to make it a 1-score game, or it's going to be their football on the 26-yard line where Marks recovered Kenneth Grant's fumble.
Yeah, Coach Neuheisel that's covering the game. I'm right next to him. He said that's a forward pass, so let's go with the coach.
All right, well, It would be a short field goal for the Trojans.
That's saying something, too. He's never been a big Michigan fan.
I don't know what Michigan should want here. I guess just the incompletion.
Yeah, take the incompletion because if they get a fresh set of downs. Yeah, I mean, you come away with a field goal after a big play. Derek Moore stuffs him on first down.
It's Chris Coit, the lead official, underneath the hood right now. And my experience, the longer this takes, usually the more likely it is overturned. It was ruled a fumble on the field.
After review, the on-field ruling is confirmed. It's 1st and 10 USC.
Wow. I'll just say I found some things uneven today.
Yeah, I disagree. And I thought he had possession of the ball when his hand was moving forward. Even if he is being hit at that time, if his hand still has possession of the ball, it should be an incomplete pass.
I believe that's the first lost fumble for either team this year, and they both happened in one play. From the 27-yard line, USC has the football back following the play by Woody Marks, knocking the fumble out of Kenneth Grant's hands, and actually just stole the fumble. Stole the ball out of his hands. 1st and 10 from the 27. Moss in a shotgun, takes the snap. Hands off to Joyner running left. He's got room to the 20, puts his head down, runs over a defensive back, and is pushed out of bounds inside the 20, down at the 16-yard line. Zeke Berry is the man that got run over.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing is you're getting too many guys bunched up inside. Ike Iwanu was playing the edge and got caught inside, and that's what allowed the running back to get just around the defense.
Ball's on the 16-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Minute 33 to go, third quarter. Michigan on top, 20-10. Moss going to fire wide open, man, in the end zone, touchdown. That is a blown coverage if I've ever seen one. No one was anywhere near Jay Fair.
Yep.
The Wolverines brought a blitz, Zeke Berry, and they threw right to the man that he left uncovered. And Jay Fair has a touchdown, and USC has cut the Michigan lead to 20-16.
That's probably the most uncontested touchdown Jay Fair will ever catch in his life.
Transfer from Auburn, 16-yard touchdown completion from Miller Moss, and Michigan's lead is 20-16. Lance is on for the extra point. Snap is clean. Ball's down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So Michigan's lead now is 3, and the blocked extra point looms large at this point. Michigan will get the football back with 1:27 to go here in the third quarter. What a unusual turn of events.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a sense of euphoria as you get a sack fumble. Big Kenny G picks it up, rumbling and stumbling and fumbling.
Well, that's why you give it to a defensive back in that situation. One of the veterans got to go over there and get the ball from the big fella.
Kind of had a convoy.
Yeah.
And he's still a slow-moving convoy.
Well, he's more of a Mack truck than a race car.
Yeah.
Although he can run. Remember, he tracked down running back at Penn State last year.
Yeah, it's in short bursts, though.
Yeah, and I don't think he was looking at a 90-yard field like he was going to make it. But
oh, no. He was looking at a 90-yard field like he was going to make it. I guarantee you that's what's going through his mind. The number one thing is you got to keep possession of the football.
Lance to kick off to the end zone to our right, and it'll go over the head of Keyshawn Harris and out of the back of the end zone. And Michigan with a 3-point lead late in the third quarter. The Wolverines have yet to get a first down in the second half.
Yep, this is where you got to get back on track. You got to rely on what got you to this point, and that is being able to run the football, control the line of scrimmage. This offensive line has got to say, you know what, draw a line in the stand. Enough is enough.
We've been able to move the ball more consistently on first and second down when Khalil Mullins is starting the drive.
Yep.
Well, Donovan Edwards is in there right now, and they put him in motion out of the backfield, and they'll go quarterback draw up the middle. Alex Orji gets thrown forward close to the 30-yard line. They're going to give him 4 yards, mark him down at the 29.
I'll take 4 yards on first down every time. And if you're able to draw even just one guy out of the box, because all of a sudden, and to tell you what, Max Bredesen, I love that kid. He is just an absolute battering ram.
He's in the backfield now with Orji in a pistol formation. Edwards behind him. Snap, handoff, Donovan Edwards, and Donovan up the middle across the 30 out to the 31-yard line where he has dropped. And it'll be third down for the Wolverines.
First half, we were getting up to the second level on some of those double teams. Now we're not getting off on those linebackers, and to be able to pop some of those runs, and I'm not even talking about like a 53-yarder or 41-yarder that we saw earlier, but just some of those 6-7-yard pops. You've got to be able to get off of the double teams onto the second level, those linebackers.
Keep your eye on Hogan Hansen, who just checked into the game now, the freshman tight end. Third down and 3 for Michigan. Orji going to roll out to the right. Looking, wants to run, puts his head down, runs into one tackler, and now he is gang tackled and pushed backwards, well short of the first down on what may be the final play of the third quarter.
We're just not getting any push up front. It's plain and simple. They came out of halftime saying, you know what, we got bullied in the first half, and we're going to respond. They have responded, and now Michigan they've got to do something up front.
USC owned the second half so far. Michigan still leads at 20-17 as the clock strikes 0 on quarter number 3. Fourth quarter action straight ahead. You're listening to Michigan football from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. We offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Win with UMCU. Score a financial touchdown with the University of Michigan Credit Union's Go Blue checking account and get your exclusive Block M debit card for the extra point. UMCU's Go Blue checking account comes with no minimum balance, no hidden fees, and with the Block M debit card, you can show off your maize and blue wherever you go. Join today, Michigan fans. Visit umcu.org. That's umcu.org. UMCU is insured by NCUA.
Motor City Casino's soundboard is diving headfirst into fall with must-see shows all season long. Catch pop icon Nick Carter on his Who I Am tour September 29th. Then enjoy back-to-back nights of laughter featuring comedy legend Eddie Griffin October 4th. And the outrageous ventriloquist Terry Fader October 5th. Only at Motor City Casino's soundboard. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com today.
Doug Karst, John Jansen, Jason Avant down on the field. Michigan leading USC 20-17. Wolverines, you ask him prior to the game, would you take a fourth quarter game? They'd probably say yes. But after really playing well in the first half and everything going to script, the second half has been all Trojans.
Well, yeah. And so here's one that you might open your eyes just a little bit. We saw this, and everybody's listening to what we're talking about. Third quarter, USC offense, 180 yards. U of M, 6. That's not a winning effort. And that's USC making adjustments at halftime. You know they're going to do it, and you're probably trying to guess, okay, how are they going to stop some of our runs? How do they stop Khalil Mullins? How do they stop Donovan Edwards? Well, they start moving the front a little bit, and you're not getting the same push. You take your foot off the gas. That's how you end up with 6 yards at a quarter.
Jason, what's the mood like on the Michigan sideline here as we get into the fourth quarter?
Guys are still up, but you can definitely tell the momentum has changed in the building, and hopefully the guys can go out here and respond. But one thing I would love to see is that the defensive unit, the starting unit, stay intact for an entire drive. I know that sometimes the defensive line may need a spell, but that's 1-2 plays. It's not 4 and 5 plays. Every time a guy comes in as a backup, it's usually not good.
Well, maybe they were saving him for a drive like this, protecting a 3-point lead. Michigan looking to punt. Tommy Doman standing on his own 17-yard line. He'll punt away to Zachariah Branch. And here's a good one. Branch backing up, signals for a fair catch, and makes it at the 11-yard line. Wow. Tommy Doman is having a good day.
He is. Boy, I mean, you think about what he has done in the first 3 games. It wasn't good enough for what you expect out of Tommy Doman. We saw it last year, and now he's finally getting a hold of some balls. And we talk about flipping the field, special teams. That just flipped the field.
Yeah, we can thank Zachariah Branch right there. I don't know what he was thinking about fair catching that ball.
Yeah, a lot of room. 57 yards on the punt by Tommy Doman, and USC will be looking at 90 yards of field in front of them, with Michigan leading 20-17.
So there's plays there to be made. We've seen the Will Johnson pick 6. We saw Kenneth Grant pick up a fumble. It's just a matter of you can't let a team out.
Well, yeah, they got him in jail right now.
Yeah.
Time for a 3-and-out. Moss in a shotgun standing on his own 5-yard line. Takes the snap, going to roll out to the right. Look back to the left. Here comes the rush. Gets out of that one man and gets dropped by another. TJ Guy was the first to arrive. Then Mason Graham brought him down at the 6-yard line. A loss of 4 on first down.
And they only rushed 4 on that play. That is exactly. Jayshon Barham added in late because he had no one to cover. But if you're going to stop a passing attack and you can win with 4, 7 in coverage is really hard when a quarterback is under duress to find anybody to throw the ball to.
Fans getting into it on the 2nd and 14. USC from their own 6-yard line. Moss looks to the sideline, now changing the play. Late in the play clock here, he's going to have to hurry. 5 seconds to go. Fans getting more into it. Moss takes the snap. Handoff. It's running right. Quentin Joyner gets the sack yardage back out to the 10, call it the 11-yard line, where Rayshawn Benny brings him down. And here's a 3rd and long. And John, against Texas 2 weeks ago, 3rd and longs were a problem. Michigan's done a much better job today. They would love to get off the field here.
Yeah, and so far, USC is what? I believe 4 of 5 in converting 3rd downs here in the second half.
3rd and 9. 3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Michigan showing a 4-man front. Play clock at 5. Moss takes the snap. They're going to go handoff up the middle. It's Joyner and across the 15 out to the 16-yard line. Give him the 17. Short of the first down. They tried to catch Michigan napping, and the Wolverines get a stop, and USC will send the punt unit on.
Well, Michigan has been napping here in the second half, and they haven't been ready for the rushing attack. Now all of a sudden, hey, somebody said something on the sideline. They will run the football. They've had some success here in the second half. We better play both the run and the pass, and we finally force a 4th down.
Now remember, this punter, Czaplinski, has been a problem. He has gotten off some nukes, and he's standing inside his own 5. He needs another one here. And he gets off a good punt. Samaj Morgan will signal for a fair catch and make it at his own 33-yard line. So Michigan will get the football back with 12:36 to go, leading 20-17 here at the Big House. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Sports betting can be fun, just like football. There's excitement, winning. But imagine that sports betting is a 300-pound lineman coming straight at you. For tips that will help keep you on your feet, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
John Jansen here. We cover all things Michigan athletics on our podcast channel, MGO Blue Podcasts with John Jansen. In the Trenches, presented by Meyer, focuses on all things Michigan football, including exclusive interviews, game previews, and post-game episodes. Defend the Block highlights both men's and women's basketball programs, and Conquering Heroes keeps you in the loop on every team in Ann Arbor. Search MGO Blue Podcasts with John Jansen wherever you get your podcast. That's MGO Blue Podcasts with John Jansen.
You just slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need, and will be ready to help for the next 85 years.
Hey, Wolverine fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Michigan football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Michigan Wolverines. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Founders Brewing Company is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. It's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, welcome to Craft. All right, so Michigan has the football back, nursing a 20-17 lead here at the Big House. Michigan's only points in the second half came from the defense. A Will Johnson pick six, but the extra point was blocked. And now Michigan will take over on their own 33-yard line with 12:36 to go in the ball game. And, John, we see Khalil Mullings in the backfield. He has not had a touch since the first half. Of course, Michigan hasn't run many plays in the second half.
No, and you got to find a way to get the ball in his hands. You also have to find a way to fight being predictable.
Shotgun, Alex Orji takes the snap, hands it off to Mullings, met in the backfield, runs through one tackle out to the 34-yard line where he is dragged down. Give him a little more than a yard. Keely Arnold on the stop.
Still too much penetration in the backfield. He's getting hit a yard behind the line of scrimmage, and if it's not Khalil Mullins, who's great at running through arm tackles, running through tackles in general, that's probably a lost yardage play. You've got to find a way to make them pay when they're trying to penetrate so much in the inside of that defense.
Andrew Gentry in. Michigan goes bonus OL here. 6 offensive linemen. Pistol formation, Mullings in the backfield deep. Orji takes the snap, going to roll out to his right, looking downfield, is going to fire, he's got a man, and it is caught. It's Marlon Klein, and they're going to say out of bounds or incomplete.
Incomplete, we dropped it.
Right in front of the Michigan bench.
That's where, Marlon Klein's a fine tight end, but the guy that's proven to be able to catch that, Colson Loveland, is just unavailable today, and that's where it really starts to hurt.
Yeah, that's a tough play to make. But in this situation, knowing we don't have much offense, you would like us to come down with those 50-50 balls.
Yep.
3rd down and 8. Michigan 2 of 10 on 3rd down today. Mullings in the backfield from the 35-yard line. Orji looks to the sidelines. Play clock is at 5. Has to hurry. They're still shifting with 2 and 1, and Sharon screaming for a timeout. They go Mullings run left, and a whistle, and the timeout was granted right before that ball was snapped.
Timeout Michigan, their first of the half.
With
timeout on the field.
11:48 to go, Wolverines facing a critical 3rd and 8 here in the 4th quarter. Leading at 20-17 at the Big House. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Experiencing a Wolverines game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the field, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan Athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Barbasol delivers a thick lather and a close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
It's time to think Ford first. Right now, check out the 2024 Ford Escape at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. The Escape comes with Bliss blind spot information system with cross-traffic alert and plenty of cargo space to fit your lifestyle needs. Right now, Easy Plan trade-in customers can lease a 2024 Ford Escape SUV active all-wheel drive for $279 a month for 24 months with $1,839 due at signing. Payment includes waives security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit red carpet lease. Payment includes $4,500 trade assist. Offer only valid on package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by September 30th. See dealer for qualifications and details. So lease a Ford Escape SUV active all-wheel drive for $279 a month only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Getting close to nail-biting time here in Ann Arbor. 11:49 to go third quarter. Michigan leading 20-17 and facing a 3rd down and 8. In the meantime, during that timeout, Will Johnson went to the Michigan locker room.
Obviously concerning. If they don't pick this up, I doubt there's enough time for him to get back down, if he's all right, to be able to be a part of this next defensive drive. But here's the thing. Michigan right now, 2 of 10 on 3rd downs in terms of converting them. And when you don't have a huge passing threat at the quarterback position and you're in 3rd and 8, it becomes a huge challenge.
Well, if Alex Orji would pick a great time right now to come up with a big throw on 3rd down and 8. He's in a shotgun with Donovan Edwards to his left. Wolverines with a bunch formation to the right. Orji barks some commands to the offensive line. Takes the snap, back to pass, fires Samaj Morgan, and he's got nowhere to go on a quick wide receiver screen, and he is dropped for a loss of 2 by Jalen Smith, and the Wolverines still do not have a 1st down in the second half.
Samaj has to learn to read his blocks. You've got C.J. Charleston out in front of you. He's got a guy that he's driving to the outside. Don't run where the defender is. Try and cut up inside. It's not ideal. You want to get to the edge because you know there's a lot of help coming from the inside, but you know there's nothing on the outside.
Tommy Doman's had a great day. They could use another big punt here. Standing on his own 20. Branch inside his 20. And Doman gets a low line drive off. This one will be returnable for Branch, who fields it at the 15. Running to his right. Cuts upfield. And he's buried at the 20. Oh, did he get hit? Who was that? That was a lopsided negotiation there.
Yeah.
Joe Taylor. 50-yard punt from Tommy Doman. And USC will have the football at their own 20. Looking at an 80-yard field and a 3-point deficit with 11 minutes to go in the ball game.
And no Will Johnson.
We'll keep our eye on when and if he comes out of the Michigan locker room.
No Will Johnson, but this makes it ever more important that you find a way to win up front. You know they're going to probably try and drop as many guys into coverage as possible. 7 is the ideal number. So you're going to have to find a way. Somebody's going to get double teamed up front. Everybody else, if you're manned up, you got to find a way to win.
Amir Hall and Jair Hill in at the corner spots with Will Johnson in the Michigan locker room. Miller Moss in a shotgun. Michigan showing a 4-man front. It's the starters out there right now. Moss takes the snap, turns and hands it to Marks up the middle. He gets a yard, maybe 2, before Ernest Hausman brings him down. Give him 3 out to the 23-yard line.
Well, nice job by Ernest Hausman to fill in a hole. You got to find a way. If they're going to double team Kenneth Grant, sometimes there's a guess, but there's got to be an anticipation of where you're going to fill, and he did a nice job of making sure he filled on the inside.
2nd down and 7. Moss takes the snap, play action, back to pass, stepping up, fires over the middle, and he's got Branch out near the 40-yard line, knocked away by Jair Hill coming over. Got there at the last moment, incomplete, and USC is looking at a 3rd and long.
Wow, that was great coverage by Jair Hill. Not great coverage, but great closing speed to get in front just at the right moment when that ball got the Branch.
Yeah, that's the new era. That would have been a hospital ball 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
3rd down and 7. 10:19 to go in the ball game. Michigan leading 20-17. Trojans with Moss back to pass, steps up. Here comes the rush, fires, and it's caught. 1st down for the Trojans. Going high for that one was Jacoby Lane. at the 32-yard line. TJ Guy brings him down. Good job by Moss creating some extra time. Move the chains on a gain of 12.
Yeah, they're getting after him pretty good, but they just got to find a way to get home. A nice twist inside by Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant. Throw off the timing just a little bit.
First and 10 Trojans on their own 35-yard line. 9:45 to go in the ballgame. Michigan with a 3-point lead. Moss in a shotgun. Ready to go. Takes the snap. Handoff inside to Marks, and he gets lassoed and taken to the ground by Derek Moore. Put a saddle on him and rode him to the ground for a gain of 3.
Derek Moore's closing down from that edge position. Now he's going to have to be careful. I don't know that Miller Moss is the guy that you want carrying the ball, but if they've got that read option and the threat of him carrying it, there's nobody outside of Derek Moore when he crashes down like that.
Still no sign of Will Johnson. 2nd down and 7 for the Trojans from the 37-yard line. Empty backfield for Moss. Michigan with a 4-man front. Moss takes the snap, back to pass. Here comes the rush, gets rid of it, and incomplete. Short of the target, the tight end there. Moss had to get rid of it under heavy duress, and it'll be another 3rd down and long for the Trojans.
Boy, every time they have thrown to a tight end, Ernest Hausman is there to make a play. He has been really good in coverage and open field tackles today.
Jimmy Roller was the man in Moss's face.
Defense better get set up. They're going quick tempo.
Huge play here. Moss in a shotgun on 3rd down. Back to pass. Wolverines bring a blitz. Here they come in the face, and Moss throws it away as Josiah Stewart. Thank you. Give him a quarterback hurry, incomplete, and it's 4th down.
There's Giselle out there making plays, baby.
Yeah. Great job. All he did was come inside. Remember what I talked about earlier in the day where he was beating that left tackle in a speed rush all day long? Now all of a sudden, at a key moment on a key 3rd down, he decides to come inside. That pass rush was set up for the first 3 quarters.
Poliski on to punt. Puts his right foot into this one, and it's a short one, and Samaj Morgan telling everybody to get out of the way, and it's going to roll inside the Michigan 15 down to the 12. And that's where Michigan will get the football back here with 8:35 to go in the ball game, and the Wolverines continue to hang on here at the Big House. 20-17, 50-yard punt there for the Trojans. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
It's Yacht Rock to float your boat. Saturday, October 5th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, the Little River Band. Special guest, the Atlanta Rhythm Section. Tickets as low as $35 and are on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office and etix.com. Smooth sailing, October 5th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, the Little River Band and Atlanta Rhythm Section, SoaringEagleCasino.com.
Are you interested in a career in metals and plastics distribution? Join the Alro team. Alro Steel and Alro Plastics have over 3,000 teammates in 80 locations covering 16 states. At Alro, you will receive extensive upfront training with many opportunities for advancement. Our core values include loyalty, honesty, and integrity. We offer competitive compensation and an excellent benefits package. Apply today at careers.alro.com.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Voguth Financial Group is the proud wealth management partner of Michigan Athletics. The 3rd annual Night Out at the Big House on September 12th sold out, but due to increased demand, another date is scheduled for Thursday, October 3rd. Learn strategies for managing the risks of retirement and enjoy complimentary dinner and drinks, door prizes, and exclusive access to tour Michigan Stadium. Just go to mgoblue.com/Big House to sign up. That's mgoblue.com/Big House. Limited seats are available.
Today's broadcast is presented by Meijer, presenting sponsor of the 2024 Michigan football season and proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. 2 high-profile programs, 1 crucial Big Ten matchup. Welcome back to Michigan Stadium for the Wolverines and the Trojans.
It's time to spotlight today's Best in the Game, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to be with the Wolverines. John Jansen, best in the game for Michigan so far?
It's a pass rush.
Yeah.
They have put Miller Moss on the move or getting, uncomfortable in the pocket, off his mark every single time he stepped back there to throw it.
1st and 10 for Michigan from their own 12-yard line. Orji in a shotgun. Michigan leading 20-17. Donovan Edwards in the backfield. Orji takes the snap, hands it off to Edwards up the middle. He's got some room across the 15. Ball's on the ground. Oh, no. USC is indicating they have the ball. Whistles are blowing. We await this call. This would be a very unfortunate time for a fumble. And it is USC football. You can't do that.
You absolutely can't do that. And it's right when, you probably heard me underneath what you were saying there. We finally got some drive from that offensive line, and the ball pops out. Can't do that. You can't have your captain do that.
I believe it was Eric Gentry on the recovery for the Trojans as Donovan was fighting for extra yardage, and USC will take over on the Michigan 18-yard line. The formula has worked. Don't turn it over, punt and play field position. Now, Michigan without Will Johnson, who's in the locker room. And by the way, Jason, you have an update on that?
Will Johnson's parents followed him down to the locker room, so that can't be good news. I don't know if his return it will happen today.
So Michigan playing without 2 of their best players, Colston Loveland, who didn't suit up today, and now Will Johnson. And USC well within field goal range here, trailing by 3. Moss in a shotgun. Takes the snap, back to pass, fires quickly to Branch.
Oh, my goodness, you got to be kidding. There we go.
Here comes a flag as they chase him out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
There was a mugging on the edge.
Holding, offense, number 88, 10-yard penalty.
It's Cade Eldridge on T.J. Guy. So a gain down to the Michigan 16-yard line. Yep. Instead, back him up 10.
My apologies, Doug.
Okay. Yeah, that had to be a holding or the worst athlete ever out there, but that was definitely holding.
Yeah. He basically wrapped him up, tackled him, and then just wouldn't let him go.
Back up the Trojans to the 28-yard line. Wolverines showing a 4-man front here. 7:57 to go in the ballgame, 20-17. Michigan on top. Moss takes the snap. Pump fake. Now he goes shovel pass underneath to Marks to the 25 and dropped right there by T.J. Guy. There's a lot of room there. Give him 3 yards.
Yeah, there was
that was going to be more than that.
I thought so as well, but great job by Kenneth Grant not finding any pass rush and was able to stay at the line of scrimmage. He's ultimately the one that might get credited with the tackle, but he made that play. Him and Ernest Hausman did a great job of closing, recognizing and closing on it.
2nd down and 16 from the Michigan 25-yard line. 2 receivers split to the right, 2 tight ends to the left. Marks in the backfield off the left hip of Moss, who's got the snap, back to pass, looking right. Pump fakes, now pressured and incomplete. That ball almost picked off by Mason Graham. Hit as he throws again was Moss by T.J. Guy. And it'll be 3rd and long for the Trojans.
Yeah, T.J. Guy, they're picking on the left side of this offensive line right now. Mason Graham does a nice job of a swim move, but T.J. Guy beat that left tackle instantly off the snap.
USC looking at a 3rd down and 16 from the Michigan 24-yard line. They have to get it inside the 8. Sack here would be awfully useful. Moss in a shotgun. Marks in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right on this 3rd and long. Michigan showing a 4-man front. Moss back to pass. Stepping up. Is going to fire to the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Trojans. Jacoby Lane into the end zone for USC from 24 yards out. And the Trojans lead for the first time today. That ball fit right in between Makari Page and Jair Hill.
Jason, it looked like Jair Hill had thought he had Bakari Page over the top.
It definitely did, but you still have to sink.
Yeah, you got to run him back to him, right?
Yes, you still have to sink. You have to reroute him and still sink underneath the throw.
Lance is on for the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is good. And USC now leads 24-20 with 7:01 to go in the ball game here at the Big House.
And that missed extra point loomed before that touchdown as they only needed 3rd and 16. You only need a field goal to tie it. Now they get the touchdown, and you can't get a field goal just to tie it. This offense is going to have to find a way to put a drive together. They haven't done it in the second half and put the ball in the end zone.
Well, John, and Michigan is not a team with an offense on the field right now that looks like they're poised to get points quickly. Be great to grind out a long drive on the ground, but they don't have a first down in the second half. Alex Orji's thrown 10 passes, completed 6 for just 22 yards. Now, you're not in the throw and every down position here. There's plenty of time, but USC has ganged up on the run and been successful here in the second half.
Now, you got to find a way to communicate. We had one touchdown where there wasn't anybody on the same side of the field as a USC receiver, and now this one.
Kick's coming down to Keyshawn Harris in the end zone, and he will field it 5 yards deep and bring it out. Harris to the 10, up the middle of the field, and is wrangled to the ground at the 15. And that does not help. So try to get a big play in special teams, and I suppose looking for anything when your offense doesn't have a first down, but not getting it out to the 25 gives Michigan a lot of field to look at.
On that last 3rd and 16, we didn't have a starter on the defensive line on the field.
A lot of questions.
1st and 10 from the 16-yard line for the Wolverines. Orji in a shotgun. 6:56 to go. Michigan down 4. Orji takes the snap. Hand off to Kalel Mullings. He's got room. Nope, Orji keeps it. I got fooled there, and Orji's got nowhere to go. Looked like Kalel had it. Zone read. I got fooled.
Yeah,
Orji running right. Gets knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line, a loss of 1.
The crowd got fooled, too.
Well, I mean,
you know who didn't get fooled was the SC defense.
Right, exactly.
There's a guy down on the field there.
Injured Trojan right in front of their bench.
Well, in regards to following through on that fake, Kalel Mullins is doing everything he possibly can to sell the fact that he's got the ball, even though he hasn't had much opportunity to have it in the second half.
The injured Trojan, Akili Arnold. And he gets off the field on his own power. Michigan lost a yard on that play.
Alex Orji is reading the edge defender. And when that edge defender crashes down is when he normally is going to keep it. But when you're going to the front side, now all of a sudden it's a pre-snap read that will determine if you're going to keep the ball or not.
2nd down and 11. Orji in a shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Kalel Mullings in the backfield. Orji takes the snap. Hand off to Mullings, up the middle, getting what he can, which isn't much. Back to the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd down and long for this Michigan offense.
Yeah. And this, again, is not an area where this Michigan offense has been very productive. They are now 2 for 11 in 3rd down conversions.
Clock is running, 6:07 to go in the ball game. Michigan still without a second half first down. 3rd and 10. Orji in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking. Pump fakes. He's in trouble, and he goes down.
Well, this doesn't even look like the same team as we saw in the first half.
Braylon Shelby on the sack. And from the 12-yard line, Michigan going to be forced to punt with 5:37 to go in the ball game and the clock running. Tommy Doman will be standing in his own end zone. Branch at his own 42.
We could have used Colson Loveland on that play. He had the tight end over the middle, but he was covered.
Doman has the snap, moves forward, Gets off a good punt. Branch backing up to the 35. Catches it at the 33. Dancing around back there and now gets dragged down at the 38-yard line. And that's where USC will take over with 5:01 to go in the ball game. Time becoming an issue and the flow of the game becoming a huge issue for Michigan. 55-yard punt for Tommy Doman. And now the defense without Will Johnson, who has not returned from the locker room that we have seen. Jason, is that correct? We haven't seen him back?
I haven't seen them back yet.
No.
And in the second half, you have drives of 3 plays, minus a yard. Another one of 3 plays, 7 yards. 3 plays, 1 yard. 1 play fumble. And 3 plays, minus 4 yards. That's the second half offense.
Defense needs to get off the field. Michigan showing a 5-man front. Moss in a shotgun. Marks in the backfield. 2 tight ends to the left. Takes the snap. Handoff to Marks. Runs into a tackler at the 40 and is dropped right there. Gain of 2 on first down.
And I mean, you know USC is very aware that passing the ball is an issue. Time will become an issue. And they're not an offense that's built right now to come from behind.
2nd down and 8. Clock running, 4:37 to go in the ball game.
If I'm USC, I'm going to take this one all the way down and not snap it till 4 or 5 seconds left on the play clock.
And now they have to say, hey, punt and playing defense for them isn't a bad thing. Michigan doesn't have a first down in the second half. Moss takes the snap under duress, and he dirts the football, and the Wolverines fall on it. I think, they're going to blow it incomplete. That was a jailbreak pass rush. Kenneth Grant leading the way, and USC will be looking at a 3rd and long.
It's 3rd down.
I'm a little bit surprised that they even go with the screen instead of just handing the ball off and letting the clock continue to run. This is a free timeout for this Michigan team right now. When time is of the essence, with only 4:18 left to go.
From the 40-yard line, Trojans looking at a 3rd down and 8. Have to get it across the 48. Huge play here. Moss in a shotgun, and Wolverines pointing, and we see a flag, and we got movement up front.
Offense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
The Big House making a difference with a false start there on Tobias Raymond. Back him up 5 yards, 3rd down and 13. Wolverine defense imploring the fans. They're on their feet. Making a ruckus here at the Big House on 3rd and long for the Trojans. 2 receivers split to either side. Moss in a shotgun. Takes the snap, back to pass. They go shovel pass. The ball's on the ground. USC falls on it. That's an incomplete pass. They rule it as such, and that stops the clock again with 4:13 to go. And Michigan's defense gets a timely 3 and out.
Thank you very much, USC. I have no idea what they were thinking on that drive. They run the ball and pick up a couple of yards, and then they throw the ball 2 more times, pick up a penalty, and stop the clock on 2nd and 3rd down.
Samaj Morgan standing on his own 20-yard line to field this punt from Czaplisky. And it's a good one. Again, Samaj backing up, and will field it at the 10. Samaj spins out of 1 tackle, tries to spin out of another, and can't. And now Michigan will be looking at a 90-yard field with 4:02 to go.
Well, here's one thing we know. 4:02 left to go in the game. You don't have to abandon the run. It still needs to be a large weapon that they wield. But at some point, they're going to have to rely on Alex Orji to complete a pass downfield. And not just a wide receiver screen. You're going to have to find a way to get some chunk yardage plays.
By the way, the shuffle at center continues as both Jadis and Crippen have played in this half. Jadis is in there right now. 4:02 to go. Michigan with the football, trailing by 4. Orji in a shotgun. Tight formation with 2 tight ends. Mullings in the backfield. Snap, handoff. Khalil Mullings up the middle, out to the 15, and that's where he is dropped. Gain of 4 on first down.
Well, I like to push up front. Better late than never, but you've got to find a way, and I'm surprised that they're huddling up. The time is running out of this game. They only have 2 timeouts left. They had to spend one earlier because of miscommunication of where a back was in the backfield.
Mullings in the backfield, 3:32 to go. Clock running. 2nd down and 6. 2 tight ends shift from right to left. Orji takes the snap, back to pass. We get a whistle and a flag. And this does not bode well.
False start. Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Center Jadis.
Little twitch of the ball.
Clock stopped with 3:21 to go in the ball game. Now it's back running. 2nd down and 11.
There's a minute almost has gone off the clock, and they've run one play.
Orji in a shotgun. 2 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. Orji takes the snap, back to pass, looking, fires. He's got his man on a crossing route. It's Marlon Klein. Tries to leap over a defender at the 20, and he's chopped down right there. But good gain there, setting up a 3rd and 1 with 2:47 to go. 10 yards on the crossing route to Marlon Klein. The Wolverines will huddle. Got to hurry. Also got to move the sticks here.
Yeah, oh so close to their first down.
3rd and 1 for Michigan. 2:30 to go. Orji in a shotgun from their own 20-yard line. Takes the snap. Handoff. Khalil Mullings. 1st down. Khalil Mullings breaking a tackle. Can he get away from the last man? He can. 40, 50. Khalil Mullings in a foot race. 40, 30, 25, 20, and knocked out of bounds inside the 20 at the 16-yard line.
That is the sheer will of one individual that says, I will not be denied. I am going to be the reason that Michigan wins this game. And at some point, you got to have somebody that makes a play like that.
54 yards. Marlon Klein is injured here. Michigan already without Colston Loveland. And now Marlon Klein is hurt.
What an unbelievable individual effort.
Ball's on the USC 17-yard line, and we've hit the 2-minute warning. Michigan trailing the Trojans 24-20, and they have just got their first down of the 2nd half. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
With the enhanced engine performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated Tri-Clean gas from Citgo, you're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping? To your Tuesday night bowling league?
Woo! That's a turkeys.
Good to go try your luck at bingo.
G32.
Good to go to a lumberjack competition.
I'm gonna move my car.
New top-tier Tri-Clean gas from Citgo. The most advanced fuel we've ever made. Now you're good to go.
Touchdown! From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base!
Go!
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Another Maze Out is on the way. Michigan Volleyball hosts rival Michigan State on Friday, September 27th at 7 o'clock, and the first 1,000 fans at Chrysler Center receive a Maze Rally Towel. Tickets are just $6 for one of the biggest matches of the year for Michigan Volleyball. Head to mgoblue.com/tickets to secure your seats today. That's mgoblue.com/tickets. Go Blue, wear Maze on Friday, September 27th for Michigan Volleyball at Chrysler Center.
You just slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need, and will be ready to help for the next 85 years.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan football from Learfield. Have it at the USC 17-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing 24-20. This first play out of the 2-minute warning. Orji in a shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off. Khalil Mullings up the middle, gets down close to the 15-yard line, and he is dropped right there. Each team with 2 timeouts, clock running, minute 50 to go. Gavin Meyer on the tackle for USC.
I can tell you one guy I'm not taking off the field the rest of the day, and maybe the rest of the season, is Khalil Mullins. He should have had... Go ahead.
Before that carry, he was averaging 13 yards a carry.
Yeah, he should have had more carries here in the second half. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but he is the guy that should have the ball in his hands right now.
2nd down and 9. Orji in a shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to Mullings, navigating, finding a hole across the 10, down to the 8-yard line, very close to a first down with a minute 18 to go, clock running, an injured Trojan on the field.
Well, you never want to see anybody hurt, but we'll take the extra timeout.
Yeah, they'll have to stop the clock with a minute 17 to go, and Michigan, just shy of the first down, was Mullings looking at a 3rd and 1.
For an injured player of the defense.
We're looking at exactly a yard, you guys.
Yeah.
Exactly a yard. I think Marlon Klein may be out. Looked like he, hurt his hamstring. That's what it looks like.
I noticed Zach Marshall in there.
Yeah.
A sophomore out of Solana Beach, California.
Well, Khalil is playing as a man possessed right now.
They stopped the clock for the injured Trojan. USC has 2 timeouts. Minute 17 to go. The clock is no longer Michigan's problem. It's USC's problem. But moving the chains here is critical.
Defensive injury. The game clock will start on the snap. USC is not charged the timeout.
So trying to see who that injured Trojan is.
Oh, that's Keely Arnold, the safety.
That's the 2nd time he's been down. It's had a good game for them.
And if anybody couldn't hear over the air, because it is a defensive injury, the clock will start on the snap of the ball. And USC is not charged a timeout at this time. But with 1:17 left to go, this goes without being said, it's 4-down territory. So hopefully you pick it up here, clock stops, you get a chance to, I actually would probably huddle up. You got 2 timeouts in your pocket, and you're going to have, you don't want to leave any time on the clock if you're able to score on that very next play.
Okay, weird question here. But does Lane Kiffin let them score?
Oh, I think they got to try and get a stop, because if you force a field goal, they can't go for a field goal. You're forcing this team to have to score a touchdown.
If they get the first down here, that might be in play. Michigan 3 of 13 on 3rd down, 2 of 2 on 4th down. Shotgun with Mullings in the backfield. Orji claps his hands, takes the snap. Khalil Mullings up the middle, and he's got the first down inside the 7, down to the 6-yard line with a minute 13 to go. 1st and goal, Wolverines trailing 24-20.
Well, I feel a little bit bad that we didn't give best in game to Khalil Mullins at this point. This is a guy that he was hit a yard and a half behind the line of scrimmage and will not be denied.
Minute 3 to go in the ball game. Clock running, inside a minute to go. Orji, gun. Hands it off. Khalil Mullings makes one man miss, dives forward, and gets tripped up inside the 5, down at the 2-yard line. And the clock stops with with 51 seconds to go. USC uses a timeout. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3.
Oh, they use the timeout. Michigan's lining up. Come on.
Yeah, USC is going to let them score here.
Oh, Michigan's lining up. USC called timeout.
Yeah.
You think they let him score?
Yeah, that's the only way that they have right now. They're not going to be able to stop Michigan inside the 3-yard line with 2 downs. I think the smartest coaching decision is to let them score right here.
Well, they'll have to get in. If they do, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Michigan's got to score first.
Yeah, and heads up, USC. I don't know if you're listening or not, but we're going to hand the ball up to Khalil Mullins.
Well, but before this drive, Michigan didn't have a first down in the second half.
No.
They were one-dimensional, and it worked in the first half. But here in the second half, it had not been effective until this drive. Now, ball security, huge. Quarterback-center exchange, huge.
It gets down to all the basics. You've got to be able to do the bare minimum, and that is get the ball to the quarterback, turn around, hand the ball to Khalil Mullins, and everybody up front. You have to come off the ball and get the ball in the end zone.
Here we go, 2nd and goal from the 3. Orji in a shotgun. Takes the snap. And they're going to roll Orji out, throw in the back of the end zone. He'll throw it away. Takes a hit as he let it go. And incomplete, stopping the clock with 47 seconds to go, and Michigan looking at a 3rd and goal from the 3. Tried to catch USC overplaying the run. It was unsuccessful.
Well,
I don't know if I have words for that one, John. What are you thinking,
I'm
buddy?
taking a deep breath.
Yeah.
I'm taking a deep breath. If I am not going to hand the ball to Khalil Mullins, and USC was selling out to stop it, I'm not going to throw the ball into the end zone. I'm going to run the ball with Alex Orji.
Pistol formation. Orji in a shotgun. Khalil Mullins deep. 3rd and goal from the 3. Handoff. Mullins running right, and he's going to power towards the goal line, down inside the 2, but stop there. It's going to be 4th down. 41 seconds to go. USC uses their final timeout. Wow. It's all coming down to this.
Yeah, and this is, it all comes down to the play call, because they are loading up the line of scrimmage to try and stop Khalil Mullins. There's no question. They are selling out to stop Khalil Mullins. I still can't believe that we threw a pass. But on this one, it's a read option. And you're relying on Alex Orji to make the best decision. Do I hand the ball off to Khalil Mullins and trust that the offensive line is going to get some movement, put that defensive line into the end zone? You make it very clear that Khalil Mullins scores. Or I keep the ball and run around edge and get my butt in the end zone.
9 plays, 88 yards so far. They need 2 more. 4th and goal from the 2. Out of the timeout, 41 seconds to go. Trojans lead 24-20. I formation. Alex Orji will take a snap from under center. Bredesen close, Mullins deep. Orji takes the snap, handoff. Khalil Mullins running left into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. With 37 seconds to go, Khalil Mullins converts, and the Wolverines are back on top.
Talking about a big heart, a guy that will not be denied. Khalil Mullins right there. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Biggest balls in the stadium right there, baby. Let's go.
And Donovan Edwards runs onto the field to hug Khalil Mullins with 37 seconds left. Dominic Zavada is on for a huge extra point here. USC has blocked one already. Will Wagner will snap it. Tommy Doman will hold it. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And Michigan leads it 27-24 here at the Big House. 10 plays, 89 yards, over 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And Michigan is back off the mat. That 2-yard touchdown run on 4th down, brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
60.
All right, USC is out of timeouts. 37 seconds to go. Michigan playing without Will Johnson here.
That was a hero's effort on that drive. That was one man that said, I'm not going to be denied. And a great job front side by Miles Hinton, but an even better job of the guy that we talk about doing all the dirty work, and that is Max Bredesen. What a great block he had on that to allow Khalil Mullins to get into the end zone.
Correct me if I'm wrong, every one of those 89 yards on the ground?
If I was a gambling man, I would back that 100%.
They did complete a pass to Marlon Klein down here. There was that 10-yard completion right to Marlon Klein. Tommy Doman will kick off. Zachariah Branch standing on his own goal line. Doman approaches the football. and sails it towards the south end zone. Branch will let it go over his head and into the end zone. And Michigan, the defense, will be defending about 45 to 50 yards. Again, watching in warm-ups, Michael Lance tried 4 field goals from 51 yards, all of them coming up short. So USC will take over on the 25-yard line with 37 seconds to go.
Yeah, this is where, you're playing safe football, keep everything in front of you, but you can't play it too safe. USC is out of timeouts.
Empty backfield for Miller Moss. Michigan showing a 4-man front. Back to pass is Moss. Here comes the rush. Fires incomplete in the flat. Josiah Stewart was back there in Moss's face. He took a hit, slow to get up. 34 seconds to go, 2nd and 10.
We're bordering on abuse as to what Josiah Stewart is doing to that left tackle.
Hey, Josiah Stewart is making himself some money right now.
Oh, he's unblockable.
2nd down and 10 for the Trojans. Michigan leading 27-24, 34 seconds to go. Back to pass is Moss. Here comes Derek Moore, and he's got his running back marks in the flat. 30. Steps out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And move the chains for the Trojans. 28 seconds to go. A gain of 11.
Yeah, you got to still find a way to get after the quarterback, but here's where you got to be disciplined. As soon as that quarterback releases the ball, you call off the dogs. You don't want anything late. You don't want any freebies down the field.
28 seconds to go. USC out of timeouts. Snap. Moss back to pass. Whistle and a flag. And what do we got? Looks like another false start.
Really good procedure.
Left tackle.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 76. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Mason Murphy, the right tackle.
Left tackle.
Left tackle.
Correction, yeah,
Left
they flipped
tackle.
him from right to left.
Yeah, Josiah Stewart is causing that.
Oh, there's no question. Right now that is, I don't envy the position he is in right now because he is getting beat left, right down the middle, every which way.
5 yards further away from field goal range are the Trojans after that 5-yard step off. 28 seconds to go. Moss in an empty backfield. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left. 4-man front for Michigan. Back to pass is Moss. Stepping up in the pocket. Going to dump it off underneath to his wide receiver who will scamper out of bounds. That's Jacoby Lane. Short gain there. Stops the clock with 23 seconds to go.
So be it. Keep everything in front of you. Try and keep them from going out of bounds, but if you're going to give up a 5-yard play, that's a sacrifice you can make.
That was a gain of 1.
They had to chip Josiah Stewart right there, so that takes a guy out of the options for the quarterback.
Correction, gain of 6. I forgot about the penalty. 2nd down and 9 for the Trojans. 23 seconds left. Moss in a shotgun. Has the snap. Back to pass. Here comes the rush. Going to fire in front of the Michigan bench. Up for it and incomplete. Pass broken up by Jair Hill. A jump ball to Kyron Hudson at the Michigan 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long for the Trojans. Clock stops on the incompletion with 17 seconds to go.
Great position by Jair Hill. Step for step with him the entire way. Did a great job of turning, looking at the ball, going up and make a play on the ball. No chance of pass interference.
3rd down and 9. 5 wide, empty backfield, and Michigan's going to take a timeout. Their 2nd timeout of the half.
Timeout, Michigan, their 2nd timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
This has been a wild game.
Yes, you talk about dominance in the first half by the Michigan offensive line and rushing attack, and then you completely flip the coin, and the USC defense had their way with the Michigan offensive line up until that final drive, and it was simply Khalil Mullins that said, I'm not going to be denied. We're going to win this game, and I'm going to go out there and win it for our team. And throw on top of that the performance of the defense for a large part of the majority of the game, getting after Miller Moss. He has been, just under duress all day long. Will Johnson with the pick 6. There's been some breakdowns on defense. We've seen it. Both touchdowns could have been easily prevented. Jay Fair, who was open in the south end zone with no one around him. clearly a miscommunication, but this Michigan team is finding a way to get the job done.
Defense still with work to do. USC's got it on their own 37-yard line. 17 seconds to go. They're looking at 3rd and 9 of the Trojans. Wolverines got a couple center fielders out there standing on their own 40. Moss in a shotgun. Michigan showing a 3-man front. Back to pass, Miller-Moss. Steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle, caught at the 49-yard line. Did the ball come out? It did. Incomplete.
Oh, wow.
It was Zachariah Branch. Couldn't hang on. And now it's 4th and 9, and there are 12 seconds left. Wow.
And that's why you play physical through the end of the play right there, because that was going to be a catch until he came in right at the end.
And that man was Zeke Berry.
Yeah, Zeke Berry's had a tough day in coverage, but that was a monster play.
12 seconds to go. Here's the ball game. 4th and 9 for the Trojans. 2 receivers split to the left. Now 3. Marks in the backfield. 1 receiver split wide right. Moss back to pass. Steps up, looking, fires far side. Caught, but is it short of the first down?
Oh, no.
It comes down to the spot, and it looks like they're going to spot him just short of the first down, and the Wolverines will get the football back with 8 seconds in the ball game.
Well executed defense. Got your safeties in place. Got your pressure on the quarterback.
I got to get some.
And you keep everything in front of the sticks.
Now, if you're USC, you probably want to review on the spot, right?
Yeah,
but that looked short of the first down where he caught it.
It certainly looks short of the first down. They've got no way to stop the clock to see if they can review it even just a little bit.
Hold on.
Jacoby Lane pulled that ball in, and the officials are talking to Sharon Moore, and they are going to review it. But I'm looking at this replay. He's short of the sticks. I don't know if there's any way you can overturn that.
Yeah, even his feet are short of the sticks.
Yeah, and he caught the ball out in front of him.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can appreciate them wanting to get it right.
Sure. And the lead official, Chris Coit, under the hood. If for some reason they overturn, well, here's the call.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It's first down, Michigan.
Yes, sir. Wow. John, they found a way.
They found a way that just enough big plays, just enough guys that were put in position to make plays, and when called upon, you'd like to have more.
The best formation in football, victory formation. Alex Orji takes a knee, and the clock expires, and the Wolverines have upset USC 27-24. Let's go down to number 8, Jason Avant, with a special guest.
I'm here with one of the heroes of this game, Will Johnson. First of all, are you feeling healthy? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all good. Everything been good.
Talk us